Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this installment of Par5 D&D. We're having an interesting session as usual. This time it's going to have a little bit of a lore dump. Lots of information coming to the players and the audience as things happen, and the residents of Rudius will start having to look into a larger city's landscape that they may have to enter, especially when they're protecting a princess. In terms of out of D&D things, we have a new player, and his name is Wei. He comes from XMT, or Extreme Meme Team, and he's playing as the Order of the Scribes Wizard. I believe this is his first D&D campaign ever, so he may be a little inexperienced, but we'll see how he plays overall. So I hope you guys, of course, we're going to be having names scrolling down as you guys watch this intro, but I hope you guys enjoy the video.
But I believe that you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're all beautiful. Well then. So,
testicles.
as we begin our session and set this...
No. Wrong thing.
It's okay.
It's okay.
As we begin our session, leading off from last time's assassination attempt,
Oh, I thought they were just dicks.
well, anything.
We don't like you. We're gonna kill you.
Well,
oh, okay.
It turned into an impromptu assassination attempt, you know?
On Ba, fucking assholes.
Yeah, they kind of missed. Poor guys.
We don't mess with our Ba.
And then the guy that shot the arrow immediately got just destroyed. And never got a turn.
Nope.
He will be remembered.
No.
No.
We don't remember.
I love the synchronous nose was very great, I must say. So
Ba.
we find ourselves in Ba's Tower. Everybody recovered and getting back into essentially having your war discussions. And sitting around the table is going to be... Let me get his token. My Roll20 is bugging out, and the music is like... Okay. Can you control your token, Mr. Wave it?
I can.
Sounds good. All right. So how did you... Do you guys, when you did your discussion, do you want to start out with just sitting on a table? You want to be talking outside, or how does this go here?
I was thinking, we didn't discuss this, but I was just thinking like, I was just bringing them into the group.
Oh, sure. So, okay, as the most of the party is sitting around, I'll say over here, up here.
Oh.
HK's not here. Anchor's not here, unfortunately. Discussing with Ilya. Oh. There you go.
What?
I like how the two people that I don't know if those two people should be next to Ilya.
Somebody needs a rape whistle.
Oh gosh. Hey, she can
Don't whistle at her.
No, I was doing her rape whistle for her.
This
Wyatt.
is recorded.
Where do I gotta move?
Wyatt.
Yeah?
As Ilya whispers, how much gold do I have to pay you to get this man away from me?
How much you got on you?
Would you accept free of charge?
Yes.
Thank you. As she moves
Roll initiative.
Alrighty.
The bird begins to land on here. And, Gabo's not here as well. as the place is generally cleared out as combat has ensued and the discussions of what they could possibly do happens, you see Archaon walk into the tavern with an unfamiliar face to most of you. So yeah.
This is where we usually meet with the party, and I'll warn you, they're not the most conventional, but they are some of the best fighters that I know, and I think you'll be a great part. The right up at the top, where we usually meet, and I'll introduce you to them. So, you coming, man?
Oh, yes.
I know you can. I know I would be a little shy too, but these guys they're really nice people. And Grolar is an old friend of mine too as well. He's taught me
Here's some
he's
behind
taught
me.
me
Another
many
sneak attack.
druid he's taught me a lot of druid magic.
My goodness.
Well.
Hello
I see you
guys.
got a friend.
Whoa, whoa,
Hello.
whoa.
Guys, I feel like we're gonna have a big, we have a lot of problems ahead of us, and I wanted to get some help from an old friend of mine. While I was in college, this is a friend of mine that would come to Kingston over the summers, and I met him in class, and we actually turned out to be in the same village. And so we kind of became friends and learned magic together. While I went to school, his family's famous for making scribes, and he can tell you more about himself. Zenthos, if you want to talk to the guys.
Xanthos clears his throat. Greetings, sirs and madame.
Guten Tag.
Hello.
Welcome to the party, as Ilya gives a light bow. I am Ilya of Lineguard, as you may have heard, the princess of this unfortunate predicament. It is an honor and something of great gratitude for you to join us. Do you bring anything of value? What kind of skills do you have at your disposal? Are you a dashing marksman, a spellcaster, a person who controls animals, or somebody that just gets very angry as she puts her hand on Hrodvar's shoulder?
Why?
No. Getting angry is a powerful skill in the battlefield.
Fine. Continue.
Xanthos snaps his fingers and a quill appears. He also presents the rather large book he's carrying.
All right. So
I'm a
you are
spellcaster.
Is that book bulletproof?
It can be, actually.
Oh, sick. I could have used that one
As team will
last week
actually
when we
fire
got attacked.
direct.
So a practitioner that believes that the pen is mightier than the sword. An interesting one. We seem to have a lot of spellcasters here. She looks at Archaon and Damwayne. And while it seems that we have a lot of the members of the usual party are busy, we need to discuss. I believe Ba was working with somebody. Ba, as she waves down, you can see as she sort of waves in a way that a royalty would wave, like holding, well, everyone would be like, hey, Ba, get on over here. She politely raises one hand, almost like a child in a school class, like raising their hand to ask a question. And Ba, you see him just like, oh my god, like this Royal Highness. Yes, Your Highness.
Break time's over.
So, Ba, we need to discuss how we could possibly get into Lion's Guard. And with our new acquaintance here, probably have to explain a little bit more of the situation. Do you possibly have any sort of map makers or some sort of information that we can visualize the city of Lion's Guard? And as Ba looks over, well, I'm just a barkeeper. Xanthos, if I remember correctly, you you carry some scrolls and paper things. Would you possibly have a scroll or a map of the city of Lion-Guard? It can be a little outdated, of course.
Yes, actually, I do. But I could update it.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you. We can it would be it would actually be greatest that we update it right. We can do it at the conference table right here. I excuse the not so privacies. Damn, Wayne, would you mind making a silent wall or image, making sort of kind of a line per se that blocks vision between here and here? This should be confidential, and this village is not exactly the most confidential of places. Last time we spoke out loud, we know what happened.
How you doing, by the way, Bob?
Well, thankfully, magic is amazing. And nobody can take that away from me. So after eating a few good berries and some minor wound healing and things like that, I'm hip as ever, as you can see.
You know, I agree. Magic is very amazing.
It's
I can't
kind of
imagine-
like cheating. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it takes skill to to learn how
Oh,
to use
well,
magic.
yeah.
It's not
I
necessarily.
guess for you
cheating.
lot, I just play this little instrument over here, and it just like my wounds close. It's fantastic. If I just concentrate really hard, it's just
Yeah. But there's like a lot of skill that like goes into being able to do that.
And sometimes I tell the enemy when I play my instrument that they look like a retard, and then they take psychological damage. It's so fantastic. I miss adventuring.
Oh. So you're. That's wow. That's amazing, honestly. Like, it's interesting.
Is that too
you can
politically
close-
incorrect for your generation? I'm sorry. I tell my enemies that they are dumb.
No, you can come to the big city and tell as many people as you want that they're dumb.
Got it.
It's really interesting that your loot closes wounds because my gun opens wounds.
That's in
In
what
fact,
that makes
It could
sense.
be described as making wounds.
You know,
It's
that
That
really-
is not magic.
You know what would be really interesting, Wyatt? He gets his instrument. Imagine if there was a gun
okay.
that healed wounds.
I'd buy that.
Why would you need to do that?
I bet you Wade can do that,
Like-
honestly.
Well, just think about it. Like your friend is across the battlefield,
Oh, and you
And
just
he-
shoot him?
and he's got shot by another fellow. And what if you shoot the fellow that just got shot, and
You put him out of his misery.
With
That,
that
you
gun?
know what? As he points at
Got a
Hrodvar,
point.
you have a point. But like,
Just
imagine
saying.
a magical bullet that could like heal your friend. Like,
Are you telling me you know somebody who makes one?
no, but that's a cool idea. That could be a business idea.
Yeah.
Wait
but you just hold on to that. We'll figure out how to make one.
What if we just sell magic bullets?
Well,
Just call
I
them
think
magic bullets.
And then
last
just
time
bring
I
a bullet.
saw Wade was researching like ammunitions. Have you heard anything like that, Wade?
I've been working on it, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, I noticed a lot of time while the downtime that some of you were spending time with my wife and spell scribing, and some of you spending time with some gunsmithing and things like that. It's interesting. I just the funniest thing when you see Hrodvar, just this buff, very animalistic person sitting next to a small fair maiden, and the maiden attempting to teach him how to make scrolls. It is the silliest thing. She'll just be like, "Oh, Hrodvar, please place the invocation right here." And Hrodvar will be like, he'll get the pen, he'll place it down on the paper, and he'll punch right through it. And Carla will just be very disappointed. But, you know, yes, you're very smart. Very smart. Well, if you could get that map out and put on the table as the silent wall appears, and essentially the back end of this little area is blocked, and it just looks like as if it's just another portion of the tavern wall. I'll just make my line.
Yes,
Won't have your
indeed.
privacy.
Thanks,
Zekos takes a
over
seat and he
here, you
places
guys.
the map
And then
next to that little pet.
yes, it's a little owl. It's Aaron.
How dare ya call My birthday pet.
What
She
is
will
it?
shred your face to pieces, lad.
Oh,
I've seen her do it. I'd be careful.
As Zenthos gets a rather a nice dated picture of Lion's Guard, he puts it on the table, and the party can see this. And as he puts it on the table, you see Ilya begins to scribble. Could I borrow your pen real quick, Zenthos?
Of course.
So do I
it
just
floats
tap
over.
it, or how does the ink? Does it just have infinite ink, or is this?
Just write with it like it has infinite ink. Yeah.
Oh, that is so interesting. As she begins to draw lines, making very distinct districts for the city of Lion Guard. Now, I know some of you may be maybe familiar with some of the districts already part of this city. Wyatt, you're a bounty hunter. You might have been able to. Have you dealt with anything with the coast, like the Lightning Skill Trading Company, or maybe Repoja might have done that.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
I actually met Repoja there trying to catch a boot pirate
That's good. That's good.
off the coast.
The boot pirate. That's an interesting cause. Well,
I can't make this up.
now I'm not. As she goes, I'm not. I didn't. If I'll be completely honest, the king, my father, was always much more in tune with the politics and who he appointed. But let's see. If I remember here, we have. She begins to think right here. Yes, we've got the embassies. We've got the press. We've got. I think that's the clergy. We've got some explorations. All right. Taxing in the standing army. We've got an academy of anti-magic. We've got agriculture. Of course, we've got trade. And we've
Wait,
got
can you go back to
defense.
the Silver Stair, please?
Oh yeah, sorry. I should let me. She clears her throat. Let me start from step one. So, if everyone would please go to the Lion's Guard in their journal, and feel free to open it up. I will be, as I describe it, I'm going to make it so that more information shows up in this. And let's start with the Silver Stair.
You said something about an embassy in the press?
All right, has it updated for you guys?
Oh, snap. Yeah, it updated for me.
All right, so I'll do this so that you guys don't have to remember everything or take notes on everything.
Oh, I literally have my notes ready.
But you could definitely take more notes than what I'm giving here for sure. It'll help you. So, on the right side here, on the far east of Lion's Guard, lies the only district that is completely outside the city. It's Silver Stair, and as it's being outside of the city, it is responsible for screening refugees from other nations should they want to live with our nation, making sure they're valuable and a good fit for the kingdom. Did not update. Oh, well, do you have access to it? Let me just make sure it's in all players. Save changes. I'll do it one more time. Could you check one more time? You close it and reopen it for sure.
I don't even know how to close it.
It has a little X mark on
Little
the
X on
side
the
of
top,
the.
right.
Worst case, just screen share if you need to.
Yeah.
All right. Could somebody else screen share because I have the recording going on and it kind of messes it up.
Well, he gets screen shared and you see what his
Okay.
problem.
Sure. We can do some. Yeah, you share your screen their way.
Go to the
So go to the
the-
little journal in the left of the eye. Double click on Lords of Lion Guard. There you go, and
Scroll-
scroll down.
Okay.
scroll down, inside of the box. There you
Okay,
go.
and you have pink, which is you see available to you now. So as she describes these districts, more information will be showing up in this little text
Yeah.
box.
Right.
So, as I was explaining, this is known for refugees and a very important place with relations with other nations. Among of you, do any of you have strong relations with another nation? Perhaps you live there for some time, you have some sort of affiliation. Maybe you were born there and then you moved to Lionsguard, as she looks among. Or most of you from Rudius.
Most of us
You-
are from here, but I think a few of us have got a couple of links to Kingston.
Kingston, a fantastic city.
You could say I've got some links from outside, but I'm not really welcome there anymore.
Okay, so we can't use that as leverage. Well, nevertheless, it's the embassies for any other sort of nation are placed outside the walls, as even though they may be, you never know when something dangerous from another city under the guise could come in to bring less than great things to our city. So that's why we keep it on the outside. Of course, if I remember correctly, the person who runs it is Countess Cyril. One of the for the few female dukes, the countesses, technically not a duke, but a countess, but she's treated like one. But overall, this should be good. And oh, I can't believe I forgot this. I need to explain this to everybody. So, as the ruling body in the city, there's always going to be the king, my father, which just, you can have him, your majesty, the lord. And every single thing that happened was that every single district had one representative that I was acting as a council to the lord. Now, my mission here is essentially to reinstate my royalty and find my parents, if I could. And without my father there to be the sort of decision maker, it falls upon the responsibility of the dukes and counts to make the decisions in his stead, which is very interesting, as I just don't know who made my father disappear, but I have a feeling it's one of these counts that orchestrated it. So now that we've started into the pink section, Countess Sarah is probably one of the most neutral. She's a fantastic figure. She's a way with diplomacy. So I have a strong feeling. By the way, these little things like neutral next to the pink, that's what Ilya thinks they are. That doesn't necessarily mean that's it's true, if that makes sense. So that's me speaking, not Ilya speaking.
Mhm.
So she thinks
Yup.
that Countess
Smart
Cyril is most likely
He
neutral.
says he wants to spectate.
Who?
Someone in Discord says he wants to spectate.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. He'll figure it out.
Okay. He can jump in if he wants to spectate. Someone message him, just jump in if he wants to spectate. Because I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm on it.
All right. Next thing on the line, I think we move from right to left. This is particular one of my grandfather's favorite areas. This is the northern district, the northern half of the Nocturne district, led by good old Duke Barov. An interesting thing is he's a Dawi, and everybody was always happy to have a stern man, as I'm going to update it. You should get updated information on what Ilya has. I want to say that he would be loyal to the crown and to me, but you never know. The power that this Duke holds among everybody is his power over the press. He uses his technology that we shun away. He has found a way to print and use ink in a way to make it so that he can reproduce the same messages over and over again for the masses. And it's probably one of the most influential. He may have the least military power or any sort of things like that in compared to everybody else in the city, but he has the most power over the people's minds. I think it could be a crucial. We just have to bring him a story. Now, if I remember correctly, Duke Barov being a Dawi, let's just say he's a little rough with words. He's not actually the writer for his printing press, the leaf of the lion, but he has an assistant that actually does the writing and editing. Was it a tiefling? Oh, I want to say it's a tiefling. They're good with words and the like. Now, down here on the bottom in the light blue section, as she draws it out with the pen. Teal.
I've heard that word before.
Yeah, it's your favorite color, Jay.
And that too, yes.
All right. This is the clergy of Lion Guard. I have a feeling they are the revolutionaries that might be pushing this. The power over the city they hold is that they can revive the dead. It's a very important issue. We live in a world that magic and cleric, while I see a lot of you use arcane magic from the heavens can always be useful, and they use that as an advantage to keep their power in check. Reviving people is their business, and making sure they do not turn to undeath with blessings is also something they hold very dear to them. It's where the Church of Eos resides. Archbishop Borelius stands there, and if I remember correctly, Baron Gallus, the one who threatened this beautiful village, is one of the discordants under Duke Gilliam. While the may be there, you could find people there that sympathize with us and our cause. We must be careful, for sure. Any questions so far?
No, not at the moment.
Good.
Keep going.
No, you're doing a great job, Ilya.
Yeah, all right.
Are there any other notable royalty in any of these districts that you mentioned so far?
Notable royalty from the districts that is, so we've got. The name escapes me, but see, for the one in the northern Noxian district, it's really not royalty. Duke Barov may be Duke. He may be a leader, but he's not a noble, if that makes sense. He holds himself as a Dawi. So if you want to speak to him or do anything, think of him as a dwarf before some high-class citizen.
I do have one question. Who do
Yes.
you think is connected with your father's disappearance? Which district? Who's your prime suspects?
My prime suspects, well, there's a lot of people that didn't like my father. I would say I haven't gotten there yet, but the residents of Lion Keep could have a possible hand in this, which would be the Hell Knights. Or possibly the treasure hunters. I think the most obvious one would be the clergy, as they are known to use their faith as a guiding light in tough times, and could use this faith to push against this magic movement, this anti-magic royal movement that's going on in Lion's Guard. But as far as we know, I think we'll have to see for ourselves on who leads which sides they depend on.
All right.
And then she begins to draw a line right here. This is another very important one. This may be a smaller district, as I get purple.
Is that like South Lions Keep?
It's not quite a district. I'll tell you in a second that it's more of an institute, if that makes sense. Oops. I'm having technical difficulties here. Alright. Changes saved. This is the House Torval, which runs the Anti-Magic Academy. It's probably one of the places that is has the most drow population, as they tend to be more... in tune with the magic forces and dealing with it. I remember correctly, Grandpops had a connection with a dark elf. Something about ropes. I'm not sure.
Rope gang.
Is there a potential statue or something to commemorate this?
A gang?
I'm sure
So
that if
the-
you go into the campus, you may see a floating rope.
So they're anti-magic, but they use magic.
Absolutely. They
Oh, okay.
use it's like fighting fire with fire. You just get a giant blaze, but in the end the forest is destroyed. Wait a minute.
Oh god.
As she begins to ponder that, Grandpa was a little interesting. Wait, why would he do this? Oh well. As she snaps and you see a bonfire put on one of the sides. That's still cool though.
Paul, just some context. The character that made this city, he hated magic, but he also used magic to literally win the campaign.
Yep. And what we were just referencing was something in the final fight. I guess his advisor or somebody, my character in it, was a dark elf, and we used a rope gang to go up into an invisible little roof thing and hide while everybody's getting murdered.
Yep.
So that's the reference.
Oh, okay.
Cowards.
Also
Coward.
to note that he was the
Tacticians.
highest level characters as well.
Yes. Funny how all of us little guys still
Just because they're high
survived.
level doesn't mean they like taking damage. They're high level
Yeah.
for a reason.
There's a commemorative rope. The I don't know if they said it.
Or
was a
whatever the
holy
history
rope, but
books say.
yeah, I just know that they're a bureau of intelligence. They have information that we don't hold. They know what magical items do, and as far as Grandpa knows, when he talked about the times when he was adventuring to find the Holy Grail, he said that the information during that adventure was recorded in the libraries of the Anti-Magic Academy. Information is at your fingertips with this district, something that is very important in any sort of district.
What is Lion Guard's relationship with Kingston?
Kingston is
Specifically graduates.
So Uncle Plaguebeard would always come by and visit, as he had a business. I think it was a shop, over in Kingston's, and Grandpa and Plaguebeard always were great. I think Grandpa always wanted to have good relations with Kingston, even though they were more magically attuned. He held a great he used to serve there in the military, and he held a deep respect for them. And if I remember correctly, Kingston was known for their halberds and spears, and Grandpa said he was always indebted to a halberd. There was some halberd that that his life was indebted to. I'm not sure why. He even trained me in the halberd. I don't have it right now, but if I would go back in my quarters in the city, I would have a nice brandished halberd that Grandpa made me proficient in.
Is it just a really long halberd, or
No,
is this some
all
kind of?
halberds are long.
Yeah, it's okay. Just didn't know if it was different from any of the other ones.
It's engraved with some royal signatures.
That's
I
pretty
find
cool.
it quite nice. I believe it's been made so that it could block a bullet if I so need to, with a
Are you
flat
sure?
side. We could test it.
Yeah, I would
You'll
love
get
to.
So, as Ilya sees, these are all just toys to her. Growing up with essentially everything she wanted, these are all just toys to her. So testing her weapon to see if it can bounce a bullet would be kind of something that would be like, oh, sure. I'm getting distracted.
Hold it to your chest, and we'll test that theory.
I think I'll put it above my head.
Oh. Yeah, probably wise.
You're not that terrible of a shot, at least before.
I bring it up because me and Zenthos coming from Kingston, we could probably have access to some records in that district, guys. So
Why is that?
just being scholars from Kingston, we they'll typically let us come into, they'll give us access to other information that normal people usually don't have access to. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
that's just something to keep in mind.
All right. The next would be Count Walden. Now, he could be revolutionary, but Walden is an interesting... It's the smallest. It's the Yellow District of technically, it's the smallest of any count, if that makes sense. He has the least surface area if you're not counting an academic or the actual keep itself. Now, Count Walden, his sole responsibility is finding the magic items of Demos, something that we've been taught in our education has many fantastic... The Grail itself was actually a magic item of Demos. So Leo, or Grandpa, made a company and appointed Count Walden as essentially the person responsible for finding any magical item that could alter the world. Now, the information of what items that he has is unknown. Maybe the Academy knows, and we don't know where he's going. He may not even be in the city, should we go there. But the potential magical items that he can have is preposterous. Maybe he finds an item that finds an item that can erase certain events in history. Find an item that can essentially destroy in a 100 mile by 100 mile square radius. I'm not sure. Yes, I'm using miles. Europeans get wrecked.
Amen.
Next up would be the polls.
Miles as well.
Well, okay. Raptor, get
Other
wrecked.
Europeans.
I'm gonna put some kilometers up your ass.
What's a kilometer?
Well, in
Something you
Britain, I'm
don't
pretty
want
sure-
up your ass.
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure we use every measurement known to man.
Is that Kingston?
Let me just get this. I have this. I'll take away the yellow for now because it's annoying me that and purple for a second. Up. That.
Raptor, that might have just been the best line I've ever heard you say.
You're welcome.
The polls are an interesting place. Is led by House of Eladian, and Duke Elliot should be the current one. It's responsible for recruiting and managing the soldiers of Lion Guard, the military force. They train the army and the mariners, or someone called the Marines, you could say. But the security of Lion Guard is at Duke Elliot's helm. Now, with this power, they also have the ability to enforce tax collection using the standing army and holding people liable to serve the military should people go into debt. A common thing within Lion's Guard is that should those go bankrupt and no longer have any assets, their life is still an asset, and they will become either serving the military force for some time to relieve that debt, or possibly till death if they lose, or if their entire life is synced in some sort of unimaginable scheme. Probably the most powerful military force in terms of raw strength, but an interesting dynamic will come up as I explain Lion Keep. Now, when this city was created, Grandfather needed an elite force of essentially someone that would protect the royal family and could lead the armies of Lion Guard. And that leads to the Hell Knights. Draped in red, and most of them being either paladins of some form. Paladins of, was it Conquest?
Yeah.
Paladins of Conquest. No, she's thinking to herself. The leader was someone I like to say Uncle Wazig. It's an interesting name. He's half-orc. It's weird. Uncle Wazig was essentially the royal guard, royal captain of the Hell Knights. Now, should military action be needed, between, let's say, Velidroth and Lionsguard get into a conflict, while the Poles are responsible for recruiting an army and maintaining the standing forces, it is the Hell Knights that actually lead the forces. They would be the generals, the operating, the people that command and strategize, and should they need to be a destructive force on the battlefield. They're the elite of the elite. Don't worry about Hrodvar. They're responsible to the loyal family, but the problem is they're responsible to the people as well. So if the people are angry at us, they will of course protect us. They're sworn to never hurt the royal family, but they're also sworn to protect the people, being paladins. They may be paladins of conquest, but their oaths refute them from hurting the innocent. And the last two sections, the one surrounding Lion Keep, is going to be Kurdish Harbor, spelled Britishly with a U. For some reason, by the way, this is me speaking, when I spell things, I don't know where I picked this up, but when I spell things like color, I put a U in it, like Colour. And when I put in harbor, I put HRBOUR, which is the British English. And I don't know
Technically
what,
correct.
yeah, it's the
How do you
British English way,
spell,
but for some reason I do that. I don't know why.
How do you spell armor?
No, I do that with only O. Because that's just weird. I don't know why. Dark blue. Not dark blue. We just need blue. All the way at the top.
The Navy?
The Navy. Well, no, that's the Poles.
In the Navy.
So next up would be Kurdish Harbor. Run by not a duke, but a trading company and a large corporation, you could say. I would say it's made up of many guilds, the Leaf being sort of a theater, the Wayfaring Strangers, which is to do with long-distance transport, and the Valiant, to protect, and they almost a security force, you could say. Maybe not the most straightforward, but when it comes to defending international cargo, you use the Valiant's services to protect them, and that way, if they do something stupid, Lionsguard is not held accountable. Well, they have the business they have the power over business and policy in this area, and make sure so that they have every single representative. So let's say, should Duke Gilliam want to sell something out of they would have to talk to either one of the trading guilds in here and try to make connections. And I'll be honest, it does not make the counts very happy that somebody running a business, essentially a merchant family, has a seat at the table of 9. It's an interesting dynamic, but Grandpa made sure that even nobles and businessmen alike had some sort of way to influence this country. It's, I'm not sure how it'll end up.
We may be able to use that to our advantage.
Last but not least, if I do remember Repo had some sort of connection to it. Since he works at the docks of the city, he might have some sort of way to give a connection, or he has a reputation to do. But we'll see.
We could make up some connections later.
Hey, what? Why would we make up anything?
I also,
I mean, remember, some is already clearly defined relations.
Yes, of course. Character development.
Good relations with the Wookiees, eh?
Yeah. Storm, were you saying something?
yeah. I also have a few friends in the Leaf, so that might be helpful.
The Leaf. That would make sense. Lastly, it would be House Davian in the West Road district. I believe the Lord currently there. He goes by Ascopa. He doesn't use the Duke title, but Lord Ascopa is the Lord of Agriculture and responsible for feeding the people. And he's responsible for resistance versus the plague. He usually in tandem, especially learning and making crops grow faster. My grandpa always made fun of him. Essentially, he was an advanced farmer. But his grandpa also made it clear that his role in the city was important because if people are not fed, they will die. And without people, you don't have a city or a nation. He's essentially the only person making sure that everyone has bread at the table. And as long as everybody is doing their jobs. The supply is there as if he's doing everything correctly. Some other connections he might have is he always sends representatives to different nations to see how they cultivate and make sure he's always pushing forward to having a better food and sort of culture for Lion's Guard so that we can be as independent as possible. His military force may be rather low, but his knowledge on both nature and his knowledge knowing that all of the rest of Lion's Guards could not function without him puts him at a rather strong voice at the table. So that should be everybody. We don't know who supports me, I would say, but these are the 9 districts that govern over Lion's Guard.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Since Rudius is more of like farm towns and just like, just farm area,
Yes, Rudius would have the most interaction with Lord Ascopa. Specifically, Ba being a representative of this should have some sort of connection with the West Road District.
Because Wyatt's family is a bunch of farmers and most of everybody else in Rudius is.
Yeah, so I assume that at many points that your farming family would try to sell your crops, and I would believe that it would be the West Road's responsibility to take those crops, give you your compensation that is required so that you could survive, and then take it to either sell them in the cities of Lionsguard or distribute to other neighboring villages, or even give it to the markets of the Kurdish Harbor, or there's a plethora of things that could be done.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say like your family may know of West Road, like their biggest country, but they don't know Lord Ascopa personally. Because
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not. It's like you don't deal with the head honchos on this.
Purple was described as the Academy, Zenthos, and as the Anti-Magic Academy. Yellow was described as the treasure hunting company for all the magic items of Demos. There's just a lot of lore in this world, man. There's so many references I've used to the last campaign in this like one conversation itself.
Fantastic.
I love how Nick was the only one that laughed about the West Road.
That's funny.
What's the Silver Stair?
The Silver Stair is the diplomatic, since it's the only section that is completely outside.
They deal with other public relations.
They deal with embassies.
External relations.
Yeah, it's the external relations with other nations, and they very importantly deal with screening refugees. So so if you would like to live in Lionsguard and become a proper citizen and you're from another nation, the screening for citizenship would happen there, if that makes sense.
The ice. No, I'm just kidding.
A cool thing that they have there is that they have almost like a culture wing. It's almost like a festival district where you can see little parts of every single... It's like a piece of other parts of the world here. So I've always been treated going in there, eating different foods like kebabs and things. They're just not present in Shape Against the Ranton, yeah?
So, Ilya, I just have a question. So, can we not walk into Lionsguard with you, or do we have to sneakily enter Lionsguard?
Well, as people are currently after my life, I think it might be best if my identity be hidden, only revealed to people I trust. Or the Dowie. I don't think he cares. But I don't know.
Be on the safe side.
Yeah,
probably don't.
Maybe if I go in with gold ink. Grandpa always said that if I gave a Dowie a hammer, it would be happy. What was it? Uncle Wubwub said daggers. Something about daggers. He hated daggers. Alright. Captain Wuzig. The Wuzigs probably. Oh God. I keep my identity hidden for now.
You leave it to us. We'll get in there.
As old man Ba returns, he walks through the illusionary wall that everyone he sees says, "Yes. Well, I could help you get into. There's a few ways we can get you inside here. So we know that Archaon is essentially. Well, we have a few ways to get inside this the city. We know Y is a bounty hunter, and he'd probably be welcomed into Kurdish Harbor, knowing the many businesses. Working for the Valiant, I don't think is something outside of his expertise. And Repo being is essentially the Valiant. While he doesn't exclusively work with the Valiant, his skills fit the Valiant itself. So maybe going in as a refuge. Oh, he actually has already worked there before, but maybe going there and looking for a proper position in the Valiant as a front could work. My connections are with Lord Escopa personally. Getting into the food industry and making sure everyone is fed is something I could probably talk to a friend or two to try to get your feet in. You would be obviously coming in from the West Roads, but interestingly enough, I think for when it comes to this one's now, you guys can think of your own ways to get in the village, but like for the press, for the Leaf of Lions Guard, maybe go in there with a story. Try to go to a reporter, show them something, and contact them via using word of mouth. Give them a story to write because they always want those pictures, those stories to get more papers sold, right? And I'm just imagining like J.K. Simmons right now. I just like they just popped in my mind. Like, get me those pictures of Spider-Man. Spider-Man. He's a menace.
I'm a menace to society.
Before we get too far off topic, though, when it comes to Lion's Keep, who's currently in there besides the Royal Guards? Anybody that we know, or just a big question mark?
So Ilya knows the captain 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Captain Wuzig.
Mm-hmm.
And he's essentially the captain of the Hell Knights. That's 100% what he knows. The problem itself with them, Ilya will explain. So I'll say that you asked that in person. Well, the problem is his actual power in the city. He can't hurt the people because he's sworn not to. He literally cannot do anything unless provoked first. It's an interesting prospect where he is sworn to protect the people, sworn to protect me, and I'm not 100% of everybody in the Hell Knights is loyal to the royal family, if that makes sense. There are Oathbreaker paladins out there. They exist. And maybe, just maybe, I dread to think of this. Some of them are responsible for my father disappearing. The Hell Knights were something I looked up to. I always sparred with Captain Wuzig in my days off. He would completely destroy me. He did not at least hold back. It was. I
honestly think this is my little opinion. I think we should go to Lion's Keep is our first destination.
I kind of agree because we can find the captain.
Yeah. Especially for someone who is supposed to be loyal, and then if we can confirm that they're loyal to the queen, and then we have that force behind us, I think that would be a good starting point.
Is it possible that your father's being kept captive in that sect of the city?
If
by a rogue
that
group
may be the safest, that could be the most. That's intriguing. That could be if he was kept prisoner in his own keep. That would probably be the safest yet least thought of location for a king to be held prisoner.
Did your father have any other close associates we should know of that maybe we could reach out to?
The professor of the Anti-Magic Academy would be... Where is his name? Purple.
Where would the Sorry, I don't mean to segue this. No man, I'll let you go first. And I was thinking
Purple.
Okay.
purple.
Lord Torval would be one of probably his closest as they grow up studying magic together and having to deal with it. As for, well, they know each other. I'm not sure if their relationship is amazing, but he's definitely probably someone I would be on the more trusted side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing purple on the thing.
Yeah, I took it out because it bugged. Let me put it back.
If you want to look at the main one on the background.
So being a bounty hunter, me and HK and I'm sorry, it was Wade's HK and Wyatt. Where would bounty hunters really deal with their? I mean, because usually we could just go through the.
Well, in terms of just going into the city, I feel like going into the cities.
Each of them have like their own bounty boards or whatever.
Like you have your citizenship here, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
Wyatt would have his citizenship. He would have his documentation of getting into the city, no problem. As for where he gets his jobs, I would say Kurdish Harbor would be a good. This is just Wyatt's knowledge of the world. Kurdish Harbor is a good place to get jobs.
Yeah.
Because it's international deeds. Silver Stair is also a great place to get jobs or try to make connections because let's say you need a job done, but the Lions Guard military force just can't do it. But like another country needs to get a job done. They go to the embassy asking for help. They can ask for Lion Guardian bounty hunters for this sort of thing like that.
Yeah.
And of course, you know how the church is.
Yeah.
Sometimes discommunication, discommunicado, you know?
Excommunication?
Excommunicado is definitely something that can happen.
Oh, I know.
What about getting into the School of Anti-Magic?
The School of Anti-Magic would probably be easy for you, as she points at the spell.
And Zenthos.
You could
not damn window.
You can propose yourself as possible students. I know you already have a recognized degree, Arcane. So while you may be known for the arcane arts, you could be going there asking how to deal with the arcane arts, and you already have a resume to hold yourself at, if that makes sense.
D&D making resumes for Zenthos. Damn, getting real immersive.
I've tried to design, this is me speaking here, I've tried to design it here so that every single district in this city needs each other, so they have a certain power over each other, but they can't get rid of each other, if that makes sense. So like if you tried to push the Poles, they have the strongest military force and they have tax collection, which is what the counts rely on for getting the revenue. But you can't, if the Poles try to have essentially a turf war with the clergy, all of a sudden every single person they die, someone close to the Duke dies, you would go to the clergy to revive them, and they won't revive them anymore.
This place is responsible for taxes, and this is the harbor. Who's responsible for tea?
Oh. Well, we'll see. They're responsible for transporting the tea and trading. They pick up the
Interesting.
Did you just swap sides? What?
But overall, I try to make it so that like you can't, if you try to, these all have equal seatings at a table, at advising the king. I would say the weakest one here is the treasure hunting one, at first glance, because if you guys remember, the actual the Grail was a magical item of Demos.
Thank you.
So if you remember how powerful the Grail was from last campaign, this is what this entire section of the city is essentially dedicated to what the last campaign was, if that makes sense. Like,
is there any notable names that we know of? Any famous people from this town that's
I'm sure if you visit, you'll see some.
Okay.
That's just DM talk for I'll make it later.
Oh, I know.
So, Dylan, are we? And I'm talking to Dylan. Are we going to Lions Guard on this session?
No, we're discussing what were the plans for, how we get in, where we go, like which, how are we going to get in from the like which entrance we're going to use? Because let's say you say Lions Keep, right? Let's delete some of this. The T town's okay. So
That's where they get the tea.
So
that's a long way to travel
so let's
towards
say
the water, though.
Let's say do you see like the gaps in the walls here? There's all these entrances for the, and obviously there's the naval entrance, right?
Water.
Yeah. So should you try to go to Lion Keep, you would have to either go through this area without detection from the clergy for Ilya, or maybe, if I remember, I know Bob's not here, but Anchor used to be he's essentially a protector for the clergy that he left because of Octavius, right? So he may have some sort of connections here. It's going to be something interesting. This recording and like this is going to be probably one of the most important recordings for the people that are not here to watch, because the amount of contributions that they can make into the city, because almost everyone has a different connection to different areas of the map. Like Wyatt's family and Ba know West Road, for instance. But Wyatt's profession knows this one. In terms of military service, I don't think anyone here is actually actively military. But we have Octavius's family. We have Anchor. We have...
Don't bring Octavius up.
You guys can weave up stories for the Leaf of Lions Guard. Should you ask for assistance from another nation here? Maybe you think a magical artifact should make it so that you turn it into your favor, or you go to Lion's Keep and you go to, essentially, what's it called? You try to meet up with Captain Wazug and try to establish sort of a base of operations, if that makes sense.
So, Ilya, do you know of a dungeon in the keep? You grew up around the castle, I assume, right?
I wasn't allowed to go. Okay, so that's the tea farms there.
The tea farm, yes.
But I wasn't I wasn't really allowed to go down there. It's very, as my father said, it was dirty, not fit for a princess, and I agree with him.
Okay.
I wouldn't be, if you put me down there, I wouldn't be able to navigate it. But like, this is pretty much what she's saying.
Here's what I would say. I think we should go through Kurdish Harbor, being that Ilya thinks that it's the most loyal.
I'm sure I could find some of my old connections with the sailors or the merchants there.
So, okay. So seeing that, how would you guys go about doing that? Because if you go from so we're here, and there is as established on the pictures of Rudis, there's a river, and that will connect to Lions Guard eventually. To do that, you have to go through customs of the clergy.
Not the clergy.
You have to go through the customs of the clergy, and you have to go through a little bit of the what's it called?
We won't be able to do that with Ilya with us.
Is it possible that we could split the? I know this is kind of a weird proposition.
The party?
Split the party until. Okay,
Split
I didn't mean it. No, sorry. No, I mean, is it possible for us to meet somewhere? So, like, let's say we all get in our way that we get in. So, like, I'm a bounty hunter. I'll go find a bounty somewhere in Kurdish Harbor. But some people do not have the bounty hunting connection. Probably have to go through.
Only you would be able to make it through that way.
Exactly. So maybe we could all just get in the way that we know how, and then meet up in a certain space,
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, especially with like the wizards and the anti-magic school. Like that might be our best option, is to get.
Okay, so everybody tries to get in with the connections. How about the people that don't really have connections?
You could find somebody and maybe add them. Like, let's say, that's like he's a new bounty hunter, right? Or a new college student that they're teaching and showing the ropes. It's like,
well,
whatever we can make the most believable.
They could go through Pink.
Yeah, refugee.
Wade,
Yeah,
how would you try to enter?
I'll walk through the front door.
I think the least suspicious entrance is the Silver Stair. since I know I haven't been there before.
Where are you from again? Kingston?
Kingston and
Like-
Rudius mostly.
But you're a scholar, are you not?
No,
No. Okay.
we met during school, but he was only there for like part time.
A homegrown scholar, you could say.
Homegrown scholar. Well, if we could find some way to make it look like the scholars of him could go to school and he could be like the a learner.
Well, he has a
trying to
magic
get into it.
background, so that should be enough to get him accepted into the school there. But then I guess if we were accepted in the anti-magic school, we would have the knowledge, but we'd also have obligations, I think, too.
Hey, you shriek him off. It's
But
fine.
the
Just
other
fail.
thing there
Easy.
is there's a lot of information. There you go. But there's a lot of
Alright.
information we can get there. So
I
it seems
agree.
like here is a good spot to go at some point. Here is more safe. Here is all right. And then we want to try and eventually get to Lion's Keep to meet the captain. Is
I
that
think
what we're basically vibing with?
I think once we can all get inside Lion's Guard, it's so what's Ilya, what's the security like once you're within Lion's Guard and between the districts?
So
Is it pretty free range when you're maneuvering
The-
between districts?
the only free range between it depends on specific, like trying to enter the academy, for instance, is not available for normal people. As like Lion Keep, not available for normal people. So, as Illy begins to say, like, okay, so getting into the keep without revealing my presence could be a little bit, if anything, my presence itself could be dangerous. I can't just go to the front door of Lion Keep and say, "Ha, princess here," and then the entire city knows, and then people start sending people at me to kill, and then the Hell Knights are responsible for defending me, and it could be a little dangerous.
The hardest part is going to be getting you in there.
I would say, in terms of, so we have the security. Let me give you a picture on how things work once you're inside the city, because Wyatt's been there, he would know. Rapoja has been in there, he knows. So the most like informal part of the city is going to be the harbor. Like, people carry weapons at their side. It's kind of like if you think of like open carry, like you can have people have their weapons because they're going in and out from one nation to another. They're trading. They have to defend their cargo. It's very casual. There's like just a lot of drinking, a lot of alcohol. So that
The
is
other
a
thing
very,
too,
very
the
casual.
other thing,
Yeah.
the other thing too about your idea is I don't like the idea of us all splitting up. You know,
We're going
I
to be in
think
groups, is what I was thinking. It's not like we're all going to be,
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
he's
we're
like thinking
groups
like HK plus Wyatt plus,
Wade, and
Yep.
then you two, y'all three are scholars, so it's just groups of three basically. And maybe if we can't figure out a way to get somebody in there, we can, we could tag them along with each group,
Okay, if that idea doesn't work, how do we get to the harbor? What's the quickest way to get to the
Fishing
harbor?
boat.
we'll have to get a boat.
Well, yeah, but we don't want to go down the river, right? Because then we'd have to go through a bunch of different areas.
As Ilya says, so the problem, if only, I would say Anchor would be able to explain essentially as his robot. The clergy are very strict. Just think of, they don't want to see weapons around. They don't want you to see. They want you to make sure that you are doing everything correctly in their eyes. They may look around to make sure. They would be a little bit more imposing on you. While this is a very casual environment, you see a lot of paladins and clerics roaming the streets. Maybe people looking for people working there to make candles or any sort of holy symbols and things like that. It's the Church of Eos at its height. So, Repo, my religion is throwing things. You know that meme's like random bullshit go? That's Repo. All right.
Well,
man.
it seems like we'll have two groups. One group goes through, or three groups, I guess. Is one group goes to the school, anti-magic school. One
Just
group
depends who
goes
shows
to
up, to be honest with you.
yeah. One group goes to the harbor, and the other group goes through the Silver Stair.
I mean, are there customs in the harbor? Do we?
Of course.
I don't. It wasn't so strict in the past.
I would say there's customs for getting in, Leaving, not a problem. But it's just identification things, making sure you have the correct cargo with you, making sure you're not bringing a nuclear weapon in a magical nuke in your brig. You know.
I have a question, unrelated. Where would we get one of those?
Yes.
So what if we all just went through the harbor and then we can get to the school later after that?
I mean, we could go to school, honestly.
I need to go to the school to learn about healing bullets.
That might be.
All right, we got one guy going to school.
Bullets and magic might not.
We can do that later too.
See Ball's like, but think of the possibilities.
Just ask the local artificer.
Oh yeah.
I say we all just go through the harbor with Wyatt's word, and maybe we could bring some persuasion. Some persuasion. I don't know what we could use to persuade the people at the harbor, but maybe that could be an option.
Water.
Fake IDs.
Fake IDs. McLovin.
Elia raises his hand. Do you intend me to hide me under the floorboards of a ship, by chance?
How heavy are you?
How did you get out before?
I left via the Silver Stair entrance, as it's the least. No one really. When you see a cloaked figure leaving on a carriage on this side, leaving is much easier than getting in, of course.
Do you know anybody?
I got it. I got an idea. So we buy a suit of armor, and then we stick her in it, and then we say that we're bringing it on board.
She is in armor. Yeah, it's true.
I have another.
Get a really tall trench coat and put her on.
How heavy is she?
Yes.
Can we fit her in a rucksack?
No. What I was thinking is, what if we get a box, some straps, Demon Slayer, and put her
in a box?
Is there a string?
Excuse me, I'm a princess.
Please. And you want to be an alive princess, right?
Can we leave
How about a coffin? How about a coffin? Area.
We're some vampire now.
Does our robot have a secret compartment?
Just hide me between the shields, of course.
Can we get a plane and airdrop her in?
All right, so guys, I think
pilots can do it.
We need to decide Silver Stair or Harbor. We need to make a decision.
Apparently, I'm just going to walk into the harbor since I have.
We can make it either way.
Harbor.
Before we make a decision, I feel like I should.
The reason I suggested the Silver Stair is because I have a story we could give the dwarf.
Ooh.
After the Silver Stair,
that's after the
Silver Stair. You got to get past the blue. You got to get past the Silver
Stair. Elia says, So it's either hiding in a coffin or a barrel. Or
we're not hiding you in a coffin or a barrel. We're
gonna put you in a really nice box and have nice straps. Calm down.
It'll be fine, Elia. You'll love it.
I'd much rather come up with some sort of false story where I'm a refugee from another land, if that's possible, than being stuck in a barrel. Well,
it's okay. I'm gonna put my hand on her and say, it's okay. Some of us aren't that smart.
Would you believe me if I had claustrophobia?
No.
I have a question. Is it possible we can get our hands on a wagon with maybe like a prison transfer wagon, like a bounty hunter would have if he had to get more than one person? And then maybe
if you were inside the village, you could. I don't think you have one on hand out at the village, if that makes sense.
Dadgum. Okay.
All really wants there.
How much is a wagon and a horse?
Wagon and horse to buy or rent?
Buy.
That would
I guess.
Probably be like 10 gold. It's pretty expensive.
Okay. I can.
A ring is a lot cheaper than that.
A ring is like, a marriage ring for a noble would probably be around the 500, 600 gold.
Okay.
We have a loot cave. We can just go grab one out there.
I was about to say, I would consider buying a wagon and a horse and then just putting them in the back as prisoners. Certain people they
now
can't
I'm a
get.
prisoner.
Yeah, you're a prisoner. until we get inside, and then we can just let them loose.
Should have gone with the box, huh?
Should have gone with the box? No. I think bars are way better than box.
You know, I'm starting to like the coffin idea a little bit better.
You're gonna like the coffin idea either way. All right.
Oh goodness.
All right, so I think we'll go to the harbor, and of course we gotta figure out our story and everything. But I think the harbor is gonna be our best option.
It's weird that you can't. I don't know.
Okay, as you guys are discussing your things, guys, Ba goes up to the party. I think we have a situation here.
Again?
Yes. As he rolls his eyes.
Your bar is getting to be a very
no.
hefty place.
It's not in here.
Oh.
You guys would have noticed.
Good.
It's outside. Let me
Well,
give you guys-
before we head out,
Yes.
I'd like to start loading my gun. Dadgummit.
I did say that I was not welcome in my home. Mainly because I got old, not as useful to the tribe. But with some of you young folk over there, there's a chance we could travel there and make a point. We challenge one of the leaders to a duel, and the winner controls the tribe.
Interesting.
The leader does die, but
No, we remember we do have a small goblin tribe that could help us. Technically. I'm not sure how that can help us get inside the.
We give them an even bigger group of people to
Distraction.
well, Goblin tribe and a Goliath tribe, we could siege the city.
They just throw the goblins in.
Siege the city with like 100 goblins. They like attack one section of the wall and they chuck some spears at it, and they're just like, yeah.
We'll invade T-Town.
That would definitely not.
No, they attack
yeah.
T-Town. Oh no.
We'll
What are
attack
we
them
gonna
from
do?
outside and destroy all their food, and then they
And
starve.
then
to
become
death.
terrorists of the state.
So what you're saying is let's just burn it all down. Where's the nuke? Let's get the nuke out. Scratch all this. Let's just find the nuke first.
I
gotta
don't think
find it. It's
Ilya
in
would be
the-
happy about that.
Domestic terrorism.
As he says,
Oh, yeah.
now this is all interesting, everything, but we have a returning visitor. I think
Who is
I
it?
believe Baron Gallus is back.
Does he have my
Birdman?
50 gold?
He might.
I'm about to take it from
Does he have clean clothes?
him.
Yeah, he cleaned his armor after all that bird poop.
Because I'm gonna give him some more then.
It's left on there. Big ol'
Bob, lead the way.
As he gets to the lower parts of the city, you see, hear ye, hear ye. I, Baron Gallus, have brought to present. I know you harbor the princess, but that won't be an issue. As he looks over to his friend here, I'll give you. Oh, wait, wrong button. Where's the button? Oh, well, I'll make it bigger so that you guys can see what he looks like.
Oh boy.
Or she looks like.
a
sorry.
really weird back thingy.
Oh, that's living.
That looks
Yeah.
like a demon.
It's a parasite, dude.
I have a friend
Just check
here
it out.
that could fix this situation and make it so that I come on top. So if I could just get some, as people begin to gather around here, kind of as looking at the situation. Oh my god, I'm looking at their current hit points right now. Don't
I'm
worry.
sending Erin in as a prepare a bombardment.
Yes. Where is
Alright.
Ba? I
Is
just
that fireball range?
Ba,
I was
are you
gonna
here?
say
As
that.
Ba comes up, you guys stay. You guys move your guys yourselves in position. Expect something. Oh, someone's drawn.
How do you do the distance line again?
If you hold left mouse button on your token and then tap right click, it makes like a drawing line, if that makes sense, with your character.
Being slightly young and not as wise as Ba, I yell to Gallus, "Leave here, you scum!"
Oh yes, a scholar. trying to curse at me. How hilarious. I have something much better. Boss says, shut up, Archaon. Baron Gallus, thank you for gracing us with your presence. What might give you something? Why won't you visit us so soon? It's only been a few weeks since it's been like downtime has been happening. Oh, don't worry, Ba. I know that the princess is here, and unfortunately, I believe you to be protecting him. Now, a problem came up in my problem-solving skills had to be used, but I am a genius. I am a baron, of course. But I had to get a friend of mine here. Now, what would happen if I couldn't kill you, because then people would know they would use the princess as a martyr. She died protecting the rights of the people. She saved the small town. I would look the villain. But what if I had a creature that could just make it so that this never happens at all? My friend, you're welcome to do it. As you see the warlock begin to make an incantation in the ground, you see she snaps and she makes a little circle. And you see... I have to go to GM layer because it's hidden. Something appear outside of her arm. You see this grotesque ball of flesh begin to leave her body and make it right next to her as the town people begin to scream. Now, what a trusty little beast this is. The Balhanath. I really would not believe that I could do this, as the warlock is in serious pain, obviously doing this. The Baron says, why don't you erase this little village for me? And as this happens, the knight on Baron Gallus' left says, you dare use the power of a demon, Baron Gallus? I do not. As a paladin of the Church of Eos, I cannot stand for this. I hold you. I, Paladin Xeris, am arresting you, Baron, for dare using something as this happens. The Balhanath will simply swat it. As it begins to it grabs the knight as he draws his sword and he begins to eat him and ingest him. None of you remember who he was anymore. Oh, what a shame. That poor paladin. Well...
What paladin?
That poor paladin, since he's in their team, he remembers. That poor man. I hope this doesn't happen to you. Balhanath, sick him, please. As this happens, you see... what's it called? The warlock begins enchanting another spell. And everyone please roll for initiative, please. Ba's going to get the hell out of here, but he's still in the battlefield.
Well, I was going to say, yeah.
Oh,
Hrodvar, get Ba out of there, dude.
Would you like me to
Get greased up, man. Get in there.
Or since I was not here earlier?
23, not too bad.
Give me 1 second. I'll add your token in there, Mr.
It's
Do a
click
roll.
What if it's not going to throw off like a balance or anything?
No. You're all going to die equally.
Oh, good. I mean, wait a minute.
You mean it won't because...
You think all that time you spent on your character was for nothing? Because it is.
how to draw the lines. Is there something on the side? Okay, let's see that.
Oh my goodness.
No way, it's in your character. In your character sheet, at the very top of it, there's an initiative thing.
No, I'm
Right
talking about how to draw the distance lines.
What do you mean for like...
I don't see it.
Are you talking about like for walking, like for movement?
Yeah, like that. How do you do that?
That's
Go to snap to center. It's the fourth down on the left.
where that
and
little
snap
arrow,
to
and then you have a
center.
paintbrush and then a magnifying
Snap
glass.
to center, and then what?
And then
Just
just click and
Right,
drag.
left click.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Why do I
Got
see
it.
these like weird orange?
Oh, right.
I didn't-
For
I drew those on
initiative,
accident.
open up your character sheet and then look at the very middle next to your armor class. You see the one that says initiative?
Right above your help.
He's in range. Okay.
Yeah.
This initiative thing?
Right, there we
you
go.
did it. You did it. Wade.
Yeah.
Then this, I would say I'm completely fine with you being a little slow. Wade. This is your first combat. It's don't feel any
Second
rush.
combat.
Don't feel
Well,
any rush.
first combat, you try to kill. Stormrunner or
No.
Damn
This is
Wind.
Xenthos'
That
first
wasn't my
combat.
fault.
Oh, Zenthos. Oh, Zenthos. Just don't kill anyone of your teammates.
I was learning my abilities.
It's okay. We forgive you, Paul.
Okay,
I don't
nobody
know-
died
We don't
yet.
forgive Wade, but we forgive Paul. But yeah,
Dylan,
so roll for
I would
initiative,
like to-
Wade. Paul. Wall.
I
Dylan,
did.
as
Oh, he did it. He just didn't put it in.
Oh, where is it?
15. It's up there.
Got it. I'll put it in for you.
Dylan, as a war mage, I would like to analyze the target and try to give any information to my team that I can.
Yes, you can absolutely make an Arcana check.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I have +6. Damn.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay.
Guy with.
So what do I
+7.
learn?
So, I'm only going to
Just to
allow
go
one
by that
person to
one.
make the roll, but as Arcan begins investigating, going through his deep reservoir of knowledge on demons and demonology, he realized he slept through that class, and it was just not something he was interested in because it didn't have anything to do with pure combat. But
Guys, I'm
that's a
sorry,
demon. That's a demon. Arcan
Hey,
recognizes that's a demon.
Guys, that is a demon, and I fell asleep during my class. I'm so sorry, guys. But it does seem like the mage is controlling the demon.
You think?
Nah.
I slept through the class. Okay, what else do you want from me?
You think that maybe we should kill the person that controls the demon, or do you think we should just leave her alone?
Killer.
So
I was asleep during the class.
we
I don't know.
have a huge party here, so I'm actually going to do the traditional. You guys do your turns in turn order.
Okie doke.
So we'll go with we'll
I'm happy
start
with
with Archeon with his discussion. Guys, that's a demon. I slept through class.
I am so sorry. Okay. Alrighty. That is a bummer. I'm guessing Gallus has his weapon ready to go.
He has a sword out.
They're all looking very mean. Okay. Well, I'm going to
Oh, my
do
bad.
Royal Flame 30 feet long. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Is Boss still there?
Yes, he's.
I'm
right
actually
there.
gonna try something. I'm gonna try something that I learned in a class that I was awake in, and I'm going to cast
I thought you slept through all your classes.
not all of them. I'm gonna cast invisibility
On what?
myself.
What a coward. Hide like a real man, like I am. Damn.
Get yourself a rope.
All right. So as guys, I didn't study it, and I know that's a demon. I don't know what it can do. I'm out.
Guys, yeah, I'm that meme of that kid. You know, I think he holds a drink, right, or something.
No, he holds up a peace sign with his finger.
Yeah. He just like pieces up.
Yeah. So Archaon's invisible now.
That's my turn, but I'm laughing
You
too.
use a peace sign. He's out.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and as my bonus action, because I still have a bonus action, I'm sorry. I have movement and bonus action actually.
Yes.
Stand by. 30 feet. I'm gonna move my character there. And I will cast Shield of Faith onto Hrodvar
Can't
because
do
he
two spells
seems.
in the same turn, sir.
2 spell. Oh,
Up to that
shoot.
class too, didn't you,
can do
asshole?
cantrip or spell. Can't do 2 spells.
Don't need it.
Okay. Alrighty, no worries.
Hrodvar doesn't need her shield of protection.
He's a big, meaty.
Alright, ends my
man.
turn.
He's got
Thank you.
this.
Hello, Hrodvar.
Well, naturally, Hrodvar's still mad at Ilya for calling him stupid, so he's already in a rage.
He was pre-raging.
He's raging, and he's gonna just straight up charge at the first man he can see. I measured it as 25, and I'm gonna swing at this motherfucker.
Oh god, that was.
You talking about the civilian?
Oh, wait, that's a civilian?
Yes.
No, fucking suplex her ass.
No.
Suplex that witch's ass.
They were the civilians that were watching. There were some of the peasants that were just watching Baron give his speech, and then a demon came out.
Don't stop him.
Hrodvar almost made a very bad mistake.
Sorry, I didn't mean to fucking suplex you in your spine. Sorry, I'm sorry I broke your spine. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Well, that was 25, so I guess this is 30. And now Hrodvar just stands there raging.
No, you can rush, can't you? I mean, I don't know if you'd want to get that close.
Actually, I don't.
Don't do that.
I mean, I can rush in there, but I just did hit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna aim it at the big, geeking mess of a monster and try that.
15. As you get you're angry. Ilya called me dumb, and you get your javelin out to try to throw at it, and the javelin goes and it uses its tentacle and it swats the javelin out of the way.
His hands were too greased up from when he greased himself up, and it just slipped.
And that's Hrodvar's turn.
Repo.
Wait, he's in here?
Yeah, I put him in since he was watching.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, like another extra person to make it so that you guys are less likely to die is never bad.
Hey, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
I will.
I will just warn you, this thing is kind of a monster.
It's kind of what?
Kind of a monster. Kind of.
I wouldn't know.
Kind
I've
of
never
meaty.
seen him do anything.
Just remember, there are civilians.
No, it's fine. Just
Are there?
use the AoE spells.
I was actually going to shoot at him just so we don't have any hostages that they can take.
I'll move a little
Doesn't matter. We'll
closer,
forget him.
And I'm
Forget
still
what?
at like still at my long range with my javelin, but I will also attempt a javelin throw
Go for it.
Don't oil up before you do it.
with no oil. This time.
Those are way more effective.
It's a disadvantage, so unfortunately, as you begin to rear up, you see the giant beast ahead of you. You get the javelin, you begin to rear up, and it just, at this point, several projectiles are flying at it. It's slapping the javelins with its tentacles.
Oh dear. All right then.
Wait, why is it disadvantage?
Oh wait, I threw the wrong. I threw the wrong one. But it's
3120. Because it's past 30 feet. It's at 45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's my turn then.
You want to move?
I mean, I did move, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just staying at a distance.
No, I'm sure I'm sure Hrodvar will be fine.
Guys, I'm alone.
But you're greased up.
I'm too mad to know this is a bad idea.
You're smart. You got this. You didn't almost suplex a
Don't
civilian.
worry. I'll rush in and save you.
My hero.
Ah, yes.
And continue my tradition of getting cut in half every single session.
As the Balhanath moves up, it snatches one of the civilians and puts a tentacle on the tentacle on top of his head. It's gonna make a. Oh my god, its stats are so bad.
Since he moved into my range, do I get an opportunity attack to attempt to save the human?
I think it's only when they go out of
It's
your
when
range,
you get
right?
out, yeah.
These are humans.
That is correct.
These
they're humans.
are enemies, or okay.
Well, that's I don't know. It's just after lifting the tentacle, the human begins to stand straight and eye Hrodvar. And the Balhanath will now try to slap Hrodvar and grapple him in his attack. Let's see.
Is that a disadvantage? I'm oiled.
That's the miss. And what goes for a bite? That's a miss.
Yeah.
Now, using one of its legendary actions, he's going to choose a
Oh, fuck.
player. You're going to hear a screech. Let me see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you. Let me roll a d8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Archaon.
Because you went invisible.
Actually, no. Actually, he's invisible. He can still hear it. Oh yeah. So he can still get hit by this. Archaon, you're going to hear a screech dedicated that is channeled around, that reaches you because of your arcane affinity, directly piercing your mind. You cannot look at your character sheet until the start of your next turn. So when it comes to your next turn, you have to do all your actions without being able to read your spell list, and you have to say the exact spell you want to use if you want to use it.
Wait. So get rid of my spell list.
Get your character sheet. And
I minimized it.
Minimize it, and you just have to do your next turn without it. That'll be fun. Hi, Wade.
Fuck.
He just drops his book. Damn. What do I?
He's just wandering off in the distance, completely invisible.
As
I just leave combat.
essentially, as you hear the screech echo inside, you're essentially having what is a magical ADHD. Mr. Paul, if you would like to do your action, as you begin to rest your rifle and begin to take aim, you take the first shot, hoping to get a good shot into the center mass of the bell. You're shooting Gallus, actually. Gallus with a 13. Gallus sees the shot coming from quite far away as you shoot from behind the barn, and as it hits his plate shoulder, the plate armor absorbs the shock.
Ooh.
Would you like to stay in that place, or would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Sounds good. Grolar.
Let's see.
You can move up to 30 feet as your character, I believe. Mr. Doctor.
What's the red
Interesting.
effect on the lady?
That was the one that was touched.
She was just touched, and that's all I know.
Yeah, she was touched.
I think
Oh,
she
sorry, this one was
didn't she
touched as well.
turn looking at Hrodvar?
Yeah.
Mr. Spaghetti
these
Noodle?
two have been touched, and one of them is looking at Hrodvar.
The T-posing?
Yeah, they're T-posing pretty much.
I am gonna
Please don't make that canon.
just casually move over here and cast Hunter's Mark on the Warlock
All right. Let me look at the hit points.
and get a shot off with my longbow.
My God, everyone's rolling really terrible right now. Excuse me. As an arrow flies, and you make your marking her with the power of nature and deeming her an enemy of what is all right. You loose an arrow, but as it goes into the path, the Balhanath protects the warlock using one of the tentacles, making sure the arrow does not hit its mark. Anything else?
Very well, and I'm gonna mentally command Aaron to fly over the roof.
Sounds good. The Warlock of the Fiend will have its turn. So we all know what warlocks do, right? It's pretty simple. It's just... Ooh, what's this spell do? Oh my God. That's not quite a spell I use yet. Oh my God, she knows this spell. As she steps... Okay, no, she does. She won't be moving into melee range. She's going to move behind this villager and using it as half cover.
Oh, what an evil bitch.
And she's going to blast... use the best spell in the game.
What?
It's not Fireball.
Oh, I was going to say fireball?
At Hrodvar.
What the hell?
The other
I'm
best
not-
spell in the game.
Oh, wow.
I think
Okay,
one.
yes.
I think the 16.
As she blasts, you see eldritch lightning blasting from her fingers as she calls upon her fiend. The 16 hits. She hits one of the commoners in the back. completely annihilating it with the nat 1. And you see she curses, God damn it. God dang you freaking, she curses to her demon in Abyssal. And 16 hit, you said?
Yeah, it's meets, right?
7 points of force damage. It creates 4 beams. Okay, it's 1 more beam, sorry. It's been a while since I played a Warlock. Does that hit?
Yes.
Couldn't hide it. No.
As that amount of points of damage happens. Damn, Wayne. 13 points of force damage. It's force damage. It's not resisted. It's not physical, by the way. Just so you know.
Yeah, I figured.
Save us, front runner wizard.
I am going to move out. And I am going to aim at the mage with magic missile.
That can't miss.
Good.
So it's 3 missiles if you're spending it at the first level spell slot, right? So that's
Yes.
2, 4, 6 points of damage. As Damn Wayne dives into a bush on the side, you see little pin cushion nails go weaving around and go into the side of the warlock. The warlock is not educated and does not know shield. I just checked. She does not know shield. Yeah.
You slept through a class or two too, huh?
Yeah, well, see, warlocks don't. You go to class to learn their magic.
Apparently. Oh yeah, she's just a.
Xanthos?
All right, can Xanthos make an Arcana check, like just for himself, not the whole party?
I usually don't allow skill dogpiling. If that, so if you whenever when there's one skill made for like a Arcana check to see what a character is, I only let one person do it because if everyone
Okay.
does it, eventually someone's going to get it. So there's no point.
Right.
First round of combat, what will you do?
All right, Xanthos, he's going to step out in the open here. He's going to take aim at that warlock and cast Chromatic Orb.
All right.
Going to give it poison
Interesting.
type damage.
Just press the spell in your spell book and it should fire. And it'll tell you it'll ask you what level spell you want to cast it at. All right. So as Xanthos steps from the cover of the buildings, you see a ball of acid appear in his right, actually appear in his book. As he turns over the book, the ball of acid goes splashing forward in the direction of the warlock. Unfortunately, with the house being in the way, it hits part of the wood and begins melting the side of the barrier right about here. As the Chromatic Orb couldn't just bend around the angle. That is your action. Do you see how you rolled an 8 there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8's not very high in general. So.
Yeah.
And then, so that's your action. You spent a little bit of movement. You still have a little bit of movement left. You spent like 10 feet of movement, so you should have 20 feet of movement left.
If you want to use it.
If you want to use
Obviously.
Oh, I won't use it.
Oh, you're
Okay.
going to stay there. Nice. Wyatt?
I see the big. I'd like to do a. Did I see Archaon go invisible? Because
Yeah,
he kind of moved in my range, and I don't know if I.
Just don't roll that one.
Do I do perception or do I shoot?
He's invisible.
I
dude.
swear to God, dude, you called my ass out.
he moved in there while invisible. You don't know Archaon's there.
Exactly. He went invisible. He would like pieced out, and I don't know where the fuck
Hey,
he's at.
Just don't roll a nat 1. What am I? What is?
I'm with you, dude. So do I do a perception check or
No,
just
there's
shoot?
no perception. He's invisible, dude.
Yeah, I didn't
Fucking
see that shit. Okay, I'd like to do a steady aim and a Whales of the Grave, and I'll put those both in there for you.
Sounds good.
And I'll shoot at the monster, but then since
Link it
Whales
to
of the Graves. What's that?
Who are you gonna link it to? The whale.
I'm gonna hit this person and link it to the
Sounds good.
since it shares the pain. It's about to, anyways.
All right,
Hopefully, no nat 1.
You got advantage.
Wink,
just
wink.
don't roll nats. 24 hits. 20 points of damage, and 5 points of necrotic damage as the first actual good damage comes in. Other than, magic missile dart. Hey, magic missile is consistent damage. I'm not bashing it, but 20 damage is cool. As a bullet rings out, landing into it, and you see a black lightning streak into the warlock next to it as they both feel pain. The Baroness is not happy about that.
They totally heard that, but she can't see me, so I'm gonna sneak.
You used your bonus action to steady.
Oh, that's right. No. Yeah, you're 100%.
I see the bounty hunter is waiting to go as he rides his steed. He has 120 if he dashes.
What the hell? Motherfucker got a horse?
Yeah,
Oh, shit! Motherfucker got a horse!
With using his horse using its dash action, so it has 100. It normally has 60. Now it's 120. But that's his horse using his dash action. He still has an action.
That's great.
Be felled, little bounty hunter. This will be fine. You'll be fine.
I'm not little. You're just on a horse, asshole.
As he gets his greatsword from above, he swings it down upon you. You can only do it once, though. 16 hit.
Yes.
10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Isn't that 16?
No, it's because it rolled the crit on the second one.
Oh, you're right.
It auto shows it, so
Yeah, my bad. I just went illiterate for a second.
I'm too old for this one, guys. I'll heal you if you go down. That's all I can promise. I don't even have my instrument.
Yeah. Mr. Open and Closed Wound. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Get out of here.
Archaon's still invisible.
Can I cast spells while I'm invisible?
It ends your invisibility the second you do any sort of action that deals damage. How invisibility works is, if you do anything that deals damage, it ends it immediately.
I'm not dealing damage. I want to cast Shield of Faith.
That does not end it. So you still speak, but as Wyatt sees a horse bear down upon him with his greatsword slashing at him, he hears behind him some whispering and incantation out of nowhere, and you see a Shield of Faith appear on who?
Yeah, I was gonna say as it appears on Hrodvar.
Hrodvar gets.
I'm sorry.
Hrodvar gets.
Doesn't even know.
It's like I mispronounced the name and the spell just doesn't work.
You see arcane energy begin to make a sort of like a blue bubble shield around Hrodvar as he stands in front of the beast. That's your first.
I say that spell with confidence because even though my brain is melting right now, I know that spell by heart. And
So what is it?
that being my bonus action, you get +2 to your AC. While I say that with confidence, I also use my dash action to double my movement to there. Is that okay?
Good.
All right, and that'll be my turn.
Hrodvar.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Arm wrestle that
You know what?
motherfucker,
You
dude.
should recklessly hit them. Make it so that you have advantage. It'll be fine.
He's like the Hulk, right? He's like, big monster.
Big monster. You know
Hulk,
what?
no,
Fuck it.
big monster. Yeah, that hits. Menacing attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can expend one period as attempt to frighten the target. This thing's immune to being frightened. I'm just gonna let you know, man. That's a lot of damage. Holy cow! You rolled.
That is-
damage.
Yes, it is.
As you begin to slash at it, it will be using its legendary action to immediately bite attack back at you. Does that hit?
What do you think?
No.
If it doesn't, I'm gonna be worried.
26 points of piercing. It's only 13 for you.
Oh, yeah, still, yeah, not great.
If that didn't hit you, I would assume you actually were Hulk. It just does streaks off
So
damage.
these are all civilians. They're not actually enemies.
They're civilians.
What is you guys?
I'm just trying to make sure I don't shoot the wrong one.
No, you should just
Yeah.
straight up kill him anyways.
Something's wrong with this one, but we don't know yet.
Isn't this one a cultist or something?
That's
One of
yeah,
them,
that's
one of them got
Warlock.
blasted as a meat shield because of a nat 1.
I need more meat shields.
Repo.
Yeah, I was just trying to clarify. This
Yeah.
was this one was a cultist or something.
That one
right?
is a warlock.
Yeah, that's the Warlock. That's bad. The rest are civilians, and then this one's been touched by the monster, but we don't know what that means yet.
Good. So I will
Don't you
take
even do that
a
right now?
dash action.
Your dash action, interesting. Go for it.
So
Repo's running.
I
Repo,
can go
Beat this man
80
up so I don't take a.
So I actually have a
opportunity
movement
attack.
speed of 40, so I
you
can go 80 feet.
Holy shit.
So I'm gonna go whatever.
Beat this man up.
This one 45. Here, or was it here? I lost count.
Yeah, you're good. Just go there. You're good.
Okay,
You're
so
good.
45,
You got enough feet.
and
Monks
then
are fast.
that's 65.
If you tap the right mouse button, you can make turns.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you can do this.
It's not possible. I've never seen it happen.
It doesn't actually matter because I'm gonna use my key points to go an extra 80 feet after this.
What?
Ooh.
So I'm just
Wow.
gonna put myself next to the baddie.
That's a civilian. Okay.
I was gonna say that's a civilian. We're gonna have to put a notice board on all the cities. Where
I
it's
think
like
that,
these-
but that does use all my actions, so I
Yeah,
can't
it
attack.
uses your bonus action, your key point to dash, and your action to dash, and your movement to move. You just move triple your distance in one turn.
Yep.
Monks are fast.
Listen, you better like give her a concussion or
I
some
used
shit.
flashed up.
Let's play. Let's roll the D8. 4. Last one was 5, right?
I hope.
Hey, Wyatt.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What am I doing?
You can't look. Please close your character sheet or minimize it.
My character sheet.
Yes.
I never needed that anyways. Bang bang, chicken wing.
As it begins.
And if I recall, Dylan, it's one turn, so I can pull mine back up, right?
Yeah, you can pull your mind back up until the
Great.
start of your next turn. So then your next turn will come up and you can pull it up. Just no problem. As it's going to the Balhanath. Actually, these citizens are going to try to run away, but as it runs away, it procs an opportunity attack as it lands a tentacle on their head. This one's out of here, and he's going to dash. This one's scared shitless and is going to stay there because a monk just appeared next to him. I'll run behind the tree. There you go. And as the tentacle leaves this body, it moves up and surrounds Hrodvar as they just become standing there looking at him. So let's have a tentacle. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Did you recklessly attack last turn? No, you used vicious.
I did not.
You did
I
vicious,
used
so it's not
yeah.
advantage.
That hits.
Sure. 22 points piercing damage.
Ooh. That hurts.
And as this happens, it's going to use one of his legendary actions. And he's going to move. Hi, Wade.
The hell?
As you see its flesh begin to essentially disappear in front of your eyes, you see the warlock with her eyes wide open. Did that thing just leave my flank? Oh God! Shoot.
Oh shoot, this one.
Sounds good.
Who?
Another shot flies by, but as you make the shot, even while invisible, you see for a brief moment the cackle of lightning hits like a fur spot. You see it in invisibility. The next person who attacks the Balanath will actually can make a normal attack roll. But you see lightning cackle on the creature, but it's still invisible. But it doesn't hit the warlock, Gorlar.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna keep shooting the damn warlock.
As you ready your longbow and you aim at the warlock, you draw back the arrow, and you see the hunter's mark go. And as this happens, the peasant will use its reaction to intercept it. Please roll for damage.
Ooh,
We should have killed them first.
Oh, you're so right.
the suplex would have been the
Their
move.
hit points are 4. Goodbye, peasant. You insta-kill them.
That's kind of rough.
As the arrow strikes it on the side, you see the lifeless eyes stop moving as it just slumps to the ground. This one begins to just prepare to get in position to block something as well.
Well then, Aaron's gonna go over here and it's gonna attack the peasant.
Oh my
What?
god.
That's great.
Go for it. Do you roll above a 5? Yes, you do.
Oh boy.
What are you doing?
Oh boy.
As an arrow strikes one, the bird flies over and pecks out the throat of the second peasant as another lifeless body hits the ground.
Happening right in front of Hrodvar.
Oh my god.
And then it's gonna use the rest of its movement to just fly away.
That just happened. Warlock. Now the warlock isn't exactly in a great position.
Hello there.
In fact,
That was the most pleasant, like, hello there.
I was saying hello there to the warlock.
the warlock sees the situation that currently a monk has appeared, literally like running through this village, and appeared behind him, just like, whoa. And notices his flank now. Looking at the spells list, what kind of spell would a warlock do to try to get out of this? Unfortunately, for those of you avid spellcasters, this person does not have Misty Step, which would have saved this guy's life probably. But, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry about what's going to happen to you, Gabo.
Oh.
He's going to use his action to try to touch you.
Oh no. Gross.
As you see him grab into his pouch a metal rod worth 250 gold pieces, attuned to a plane of existence. You and up to 8 willing creatures. Oh, it's willing. Sorry, he's going to use banishment on you. He's banishing you. He's not plane shifting you. You send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence. Please make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma? What is I have charisma? Alright, let's see.
Oh no.
I smell money. 250 gold.
Oh, my charisma.
Shit,
Alright, Mr. Crab, calm down.
You will have to make a DC 16.
Ooh. Ooh.
Alright, I'm going to roll on the planes. Let me see how many planes of existence are
Guess
in
who's going back to spectating?
Back to the spectating.
the planes of existence.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just, so there's planes, outer planes. Let me just roll here on a little table I have on my phone. 5. Oh, so you made it past the elemental ones, I think. So you're not going to the plane of fire or the plane of water. You're going to...
Plane of water would have been good.
Yeah, the plane of water would have been pretty good for you. Number 5, where is
Oh
number
no.
5?
Not water. Not the fish, man.
You are going to the ethereal plane.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not cash money.
As you begin to lose, as it touches you and you your body begins to become see-through as you look around, and all of a sudden you can see spirits around you. You can see essentially undead that have longed to move on, but can't have enough power to manifest themselves in the living, but they're just watching this combat. And you can actually watch this combat as well, as you essentially become a ghost. You know that Doctor Strange moment where he pushes like Peter or the Hulk in the center?
Yeah.
And they that just happened to you.
Do I see his form?
No.
Oh.
You have to talk.
You have to touch him.
I gotta touch his corpse. It doesn't exist.
Now he's gonna run
in this realm.
This man's gonna run 30.
Well, my body became ethereal.
Why is he?
I don't think I left
Does
the
he
body
get?
behind.
Does he take an opportunity attack from the other plane?
All right. So would you like to make a ghost opportunity attack?
I don't know what that means.
So
but...
when somebody leaves your
Yes.
attack range, you can do an attack of opportunity.
It's just gonna go through him.
That's definitely something my character would do.
Maybe he didn't notice he's a ghost. Why don't you roll?
Exactly.
If you roll in that 20, maybe something will happen. I don't know.
Dude, that'd be sick.
What am I rolling? A weapon attack?
Just a weapon attack.
Yeah, whatever.
A melee one.
Okay.
All right. Where's my undead?
Oh no.
Well, that's not good.
Fades into existence to hit Archaon.
Be fair, he is a ghost.
So, as you begin swinging, thinking you're attacking the thing, you hit one of the shades next to you. Have fun having a 1 versus 1 with a shadow. Damn, Wayne.
I'm going to slightly move to the right. And then I'm going to aim at the warlock again with magic missile.
All right. 2, 4, 6. Warlock is going to have to make 3 concentration throws above 10 to make sure Repo stays in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. As 3 magic missiles hit the warlock, the concentration on the spell keeping Repo in the ethereal plane holds still. And I'll just make it so that, for the sake of it, I'll just let you guys see Repo having a 1v1 with the shade. Because he hit him.
Nice.
And then I'm just going to use the rest of my movement and end the turn.
Sentos.
Oh, I hope he wins against that shade. He's helping him pass on.
No. Oh dear.
I believe
The more villagers you kill, the more ghosts there are. This is terrible.
Oh, you're right. Shit. Thank you.
No, you're not welcome. Go away.
2 ghosts appear now. Okay.
I had nothing to do with the death of one of them.
That would be very accurate to the battlefield, though. 2 ghosts disappear.
We got a new villain origin story over here, Mr.
Way you there?
Wait, does that
I'm
mean
here.
Yeah, it's
does
your
that
turn.
mean what's his face can summon me as a
He's
ghost?
going to stand next to the well, using half his movement. Did I hear Joey say that cantrips are a bonus action?
Cantrips
earlier?
are action.
All right.
For the most
Some of them are bonus actions.
Unless it explicitly
It
says it's a
basically-
bonus action, they're generally actions.
All right. Xanthos is going to cast Prestidigitation
Lol.
right over the well, and he's going to make a small illusory effect
All
that
right.
sounds like Ilia's faint scream, with the intent of distracting Baron Gallius.
I'm so glad somebody cares about me in this this fight I'm having with this dude.
So
I'm like,
as Xanthos goes up to the well, he makes the scream of Ilia. You hear a female scream at the bottom of the well. And Gallus, you just hear Gallus, you would hide a princess in the bottom of a well? I'm insane.
Intelligence. Come on.
he does seem pretty stupid.
We need to see the roll. Yeah!
Oh shit!
I
What
thought
an
I was
idiot.
insane. Anything to protect the princess, I guess, suppose. Wow,
I
Baron's an
so
idiot.
know what I'm doing next turn.
Baron's an idiot. All right, that was a great action. Yes, 15 feet of movement left.
Yeah, Zenthos, he's gonna get the heck out of dodge.
No, you should be fine. You'll be fine.
No.
No, you'll be fine. Wyatt.
Just saying Grolar just killed 2 innocents. I'm gonna shout over to Wade. It's like, I think Grolar has been affected by the monster. You might need to put him down. But I'm going to. Let's see.
I only directly killed one of them. The other was put in my path.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to. You know what? I'm committed to just staying here and shooting this guy in the face, just because he's right next to me now.
Will you steady
Got
aim?
this.
Oh, you hit anyway.
Yeah, steady aim for sure. Obviously, I ain't gonna move.
As he begins to raise his greatsword, he slashes you, dealing damage, and you put a shot right into his armpit, essentially. 18 points of damage. That's a lot. How many hit points does he have?
Do I get the snake damage?
Yeah, well, when you have advantage on any attack, sneak attack.
Oh yeah, I'm right next to him. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, Baron, adversely, is just like, as he has his sword ready in combat with you. Once I'm done with you, I will grab the princess from the well and make sure the Balinoth kills it. But
all right, she might drown in there. Why don't you go save her now?
A good point. No, I'm kidding.
Wait. Roll. Can I roll for deception?
He did roll a 1 on intelligence, so
He's okay. So he got that roll. That 1 means he got
is
fooled.
beyond.
He got fooled. But actually letting an opponent get his flank with that has a gun is just a bit too much, I will say.
That's pretty funny.
He's going to attack you again, Mr. Wyatt.
Please roll low. Oh, sweet! Good.
All right, that's
Good.
everything.
All right.
Nick, Nick.
I was so expecting to get pommeled right there, dude. I'm so glad I didn't.
All right, Archaon. By the way, Nick, did you look at your character sheet was closed, right?
Well, I just opened it to push deception and then roll for my damage, but yeah,
Good.
I didn't open it for any other reason to look at anything.
Archaon.
I know steady aim does.
First things first, do I get any advantage of attacking
Out of stealth,
while
yes.
invisible?
Out of stealth, you do have advantage attacking.
But I never stealth, so
You're invisible.
so I'm
That's
stealth.
not stealth.
You automatically get it.
All right, I'm glad that works out because I would like to target him and use my scorching ray, which I'm.
So, as
You had one job.
Hey, he didn't roll a nat 1. He rolled an 11 because he was stealthed.
Oh man, dang
Which
goes.
still misses, but at least it didn't hit Ethereal Repoja, you know?
That's unfortunate, man.
As you see
That's-
blasts of fire balls making streaking lights at the Warlock. The Warlock was already kind of wary, looking over there as he was running away from Repo. As he sees that, he creates a shield from the magic from his patron, blocking the magic, using magic to fight magic. As you lose your invisibility.
Oh yeah. I still have my movement and
You have a movement and a bonus action.
no bonus action because I really can't do anything.
Okay.
I have one question before. Did you say I hit him on my turn?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure what's going on here.
You hit Baron, the gallows.
Yeah, good deal. Good.
My character is going to take cover behind. Would this be cover
hey,
by any chance?
Yeah.
All right, and then my turn.
Hrodvar, hello.
Hello, I'm going to test something. I'm going to aim at him and throw a spear.
Spear?
Or javelin, sorry.
No, I'm just messing with you.
As the warlock begins to run away from Repo, he doesn't see the javelin coming from the side, but as you throw it, a legendary action will be made. Oh. It has advantage. Does 17 hit?
Wait, no, it does not.
17 does not hit because of this.
Wait, yeah, it's still active, right?
Let me just make sure. Let me double make sure. Can you have is invisibility cause concentration, Joey?
Probably.
Stand by. Well, I did post it earlier. If you scroll up in the
it's a bit
chat,
far
it
up.
should.
Chromatic wells of the grave. No,
It's just
wait,
touch.
Concentration up to 1 hour.
No, but if I remember correctly, Shield of Faith does not have concentration, right? Because we.
It does have concentration.
Okay. No, but you're.
No, that's shield. That is shield.
You cast the Shield of Faith after you cast the invisibility, though.
Oh.
So
wait.
technically, the Shield of Faith would have ended the invisibility.
But he remained invisibility in terms of things, so I'll say the Shield of Faith effects don't account.
Oh no.
The 17 hit, by the way.
Hey, yes, it does now.
22 points.
Ooh, okay. Does my javelin hit first, or is it hit?
Javelin does hit first.
Okay.
It doesn't
do I
roll
add
off
rage to that? I forget.
As the thing appears behind you.
I don't add rage to that, though, right?
No, you take 11 points of damage. You still.
No, I'm saying the spear that I threw for the javelin.
No, that's only melee attacks, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, you're downed?
I am down.
No, not our greased up Hulk.
Repo, how would you like to have your 1v1 with the shade?
Repo is very confused and will, I guess, reflexively defend and attack against the shade.
In terms of your direction, it goes up to touch you. You see this black shadow as you become the world around you becomes white and soot looking, as if you ever played like a Mordor, like Shadow Mordor. You know how when you go into that, essentially that, and you just see this dark figure going up to touch you. How will you respond?
I guess I will try to stab it with my trident.
You should do that. That's a good thing. Stab it. It's armor classes.
All right, I will do that. Let me roll, and then I will also use a key point for patient defense. So anybody attacking me, I get dodge basically.
Sounds good. Everything is dodge on the attack, so you'll be nice and safe.
All right, where is it?
If he's Doctor Strange, who's the whatchamacallit, the ancient one or whatever?
Do I get
ancient one? Baron Gallus clearly with his nat 1 intelligence rolls.
Oh, don't even get me started with him. I'm about. How bloody does he look at?
Well, he's taking a bullet.
2.
He's taking 2 bullets. But he is a knight. He has kind of a few He has a decent HP pool. I would say, actually, depending on how well you roll, he could take maybe 2 more bullets.
That's not good. I don't think I can take 2 more sword attacks.
Hey, but what if he just misses?
I hope he does. I need to get my greasy boy up to help me.
Oh, sorry.
5 points of piercing damage. As you swipe at this figure, you push back the hand as it rasps and goes to touch you again. Does a 13 hit?
What about my thingy too? I don't know how that works.
It's 11.
My.
Does 11 hit because you have this. It's a
against my armor class.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I also have. I meant to do that. That's okay.
Don't worry. I'm going to assume
it does not hit
because your armor is probably not that terrible. As the Balhanoth ends its turn, it begins its turn with the bodies around it. It's going to go up to Hrodvar and do a bite and a tentacle attack.
Oh no.
9.
So they immediately hit, right?
Yeah. He has advantage on hit, and he rolled a 9 and a 9. Okay, that one hits.
Well, don't they automatically hit since I'm down?
No, it has. They automatically crit since you're downed, if they hit.
Oh, So one
that-
crits, so
that
that'd be
tentacle
2.
hits. So you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are in a tentacle inside of it as it begins to use its last legendary action. Dream Eater. Oh, God. I should have spelled
What? If only we knew something about this.
All right. Let's just say my caps are on for some reason, and it's not doing it right. But as it begins to open its mouth wide, you please take 2 death failures, Mr.
Yep.
Hrodvar. And
How do we save them?
he prepares to devour Hrodvar in its turn. And as this happens, he'll use his last legendary action in this turn and go invisible.
Oh, shit.
Guys.
Does anyone have invisibility
Oh, no,
sight
I'm
by
gone.
chance? I don't know. Wade, how you doing?
I'm gonna help Wyatt out
Thank God. I'm scared.
because I can actually see. Okay, let's do this
You
one
wanna use
because
a
it doesn't.
seeking arrow.
doesn't
There is
do-
cover here, so using
it
your
doesn't
seeking arrow would be
do
good.
damage to him, so let's do that one.
Yes, especially since there's not a actually straight line of sight here. You know, you actually
Click
have to
this.
curve your shot like this.
Okay.
So as you shoot your arrow, and I believe it makes it an instant hit with the curve shot, or do you have advantage? Actually, I'll just make it so you instantly hit because. So as you get your special cartridge loaded into the prototype arcane rifle with curved shot ammunition, you go into the back of Gallus, dealing 9 points of damage as he just is so confused as a shot ricocheted behind him and hitting him into the back. Wyatt should be pleased.
I am. Not.
At least it wasn't the bursting one.
Oh, yeah.
Grolar, please, innocent man killer, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, by the way, the citizen's gonna just like
I should
this one,
probably
this
do
one
it
right
too.
here. Sorry, this one right here. How could you?
Yeah.
Opportunity attack. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
You can move where you want, Paul.
She just rips off her cloak, and it's like that. It's like a bodybuilder. It's like
Well-
a bodybuilder witch.
Let's
I
see.
am gonna keep firing at the warlock.
You sure you don't want to kill more civilians there, Ace?
13. Yeah, that's just barely. As an arrow flies through, you just see one of the tentacles again smack an arrow midway through.
Hey, aha! As that happens, I'm gonna call upon the favorite foe onto the invisible creature.
You can call your missile ball in nature. You now mark the invisible creature, so you can see it. Wait, let's see here. First, see you. Monitor as your favorite foe to lose concentration. So you're concentrating. First time each turn, you hit the favorite target. No, you
Yep. So I've lost the hunter's mark.
you lost the hunter's mark on the warlock, but now you have favorite foe activated on the Balhanath, but it doesn't give you magical sight or some sort of tracking feature. Unfortunately, I'm looking.
No, but I'm thinking I'm gonna use my bonus action to. Wait, well, hold on. Am I confusing this with this one? I hope not. Yep, I am. God damn it. Can I use my bonus action to try to see if I can spot where it is just by looking at nature, looking where the grass is flattened?
This thing. Oh, I should probably explain. It floats just slightly above the ground. Like that's why the tentacles are under it, moving above. If that makes sense.
Mm.
Like a netch.
Yeah, it is actually. It's literally a demonic netch.
Fucking netches.
I'm gonna
Does
still
it
try
have
to
jelly?
do a perception check to see if I can spot it just by using any clues I can find in the environment.
I'll be honest with you. You're gonna have to give me a good example of how you could possibly find an invisible creature. And if Hrodvar wasn't unconscious, I would give you a chance because he would be screaming. But he's unconscious right now because you just hear this barbarian screaming, but it's invisible. But no, he's unconscious.
Well, you said it was winter. Is
cold.
there any snow and is there wind?
Yeah, is my blood dripping all over the ground for you all to see?
Yeah. Why don't you roll? Why don't you roll percent? That's a good one.
Jacob,
You're not bleeding. You're just
Jacob, be quiet. You're not
stops
talking.
the wound.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
So
Guys,
as you begin to try to see this invisible creature, and with a 16, I was looking for an 18 or higher because invisible is hard. Invisible is invisible.
Yeah.
As you begin to look, you see some blood. I'll let you attack here, but I just want you to know there's a chance you'll hit Jacob.
Well, I already did use the attack earlier.
Oh, it was the 13.
Yep.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, no. Unfortunately, you do not find his location then.
Well, then luckily,
2 winches in, and Jacob, how many men are you gonna kill?
Don't let him eat me.
Team kills.
I am gonna send Erin over, and Erin is just
Lord.
gonna poop over the Baron
Nice.
as it flies over.
And it gives advantage for Wyatt if he runs away. Nice. Why don't you roll for animal handling? Does he land it?
Me?
Yeah. Roll for animal handling. Does he land it? Does the target hit? That's not the AC of Baron is okay. Unfortunately, as you do the flyby, it just lands next to Wyatt as Wyatt and Baron are still in their pitch death to the battle.
No.
I think that man really is mind controlled. Now he's trying to get his bird to shit on me.
If you rolled a 1, that would have hit Wyatt. That would have been hilarious.
Next time, Wyatt.
As the warlock still holds concentration, not knowing where his things. Rapoja is in an ethereal realm and he can't hurt him, but his concentration holds still. And Arcan is behind cover and he doesn't really want to get out of cover. Hi, Grolar.
Hello.
What?
Please make a dexterity 15. Let me get my effects. As you see a flame strike appear from the ground below Grolar, you just see pure fire streak up as she points to the ground, whispering to her fiendish patron in her demonic speech. She creates a small portal to the 9 levels of hell, and fire comes straight through and just completely engulfing Grolar. Please take 34 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no thanks.
You can use the rest to roll d12, add your total and moderate and reduce the damage. Okay, so 34 minus a d12. Plus
5 and my constitution is 1, so
it's 34
6.
So it's 34 to 28 points of damage. Did I do the math right? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, 28 points of damage. And the warlock is going to continue running behind cover. Now it's behind cover, it can't be shot from, like, obviously it's behind his house. And it's her Damwayne. Was that almost one-shot territory?
Yes, almost.
Let me see the rolls. 4, 5. If he rolled a little bit better, that would have been a one-shot.
No, actually, I even without the Stone Endurance, I would have had 1 hit point left.
Oh, okay. Mr. Stormrunner.
So
Going to Misty Step
Yes, the
up
best spell in the
onto
game.
this roof here.
All right, that's your bonus action.
And then I am going to firebolt Gallus.
That's a hit.
It might take less bullets.
Oh, that is the worst roll you could have possibly happened. But you at least hit him as as the bird poop goes down. You ignite a portion
Flaming.
of the flaming bird poop lands on his shoulder, and he's like, "Oh god!" And he pats it out with one of his hands. He took 1 point of damage from that. It singed his hand.
We can hear the pat still.
Yeah. I did that on purpose. You just hear the as he pats out the fire with his one hand, and it singes his hand. Oh my god! 1 point of fire damage. Yeah. Would you like to end your turn? Xanthos.
Help.
Help.
You're dead. You can't say anything, Jacob. Or you're unconscious.
Sorry, and I'm invisible. And
you're invisible. You don't even. I know where you are.
I'll come save you. Don't worry.
Which is like to the right here. Could he thread a scorching ray downrange to hit the knight?
Yeah, sure. Just don't roll.
Just don't roll a.
Well, you know, he's on his horse, so actually,
he's still above
not-
him. Yeah.
Fuck
so-
that
yeah.
horse.
all right.
Is
I
this a
knew
horse-
I knew Wade was a horse fucker.
Is this horse armored, by the way?
All right, Xanthos is gonna cast Scorching Ray at Baron.
As you
Gal-
you did not roll a 1, but unfortunately that doesn't hit his armor class. As he pats out the fiery bird poop, he sees, oh my god, as he sees blasting fire coming out of him, he just puts the shield in front. You see the horse rear its end, and as the fire hits the metallic armor, it starts to singe the horse's armor, but it doesn't really hurt him, and the horse can take it. Although he may have a weird movement next turn.
I'd like to do like a little sidestep and like look around, like it's like my teammate's trying to kill me.
A firebolt from one end, a bird poop, and then 2 flaming, scorching rays coming from all angles. Why?
As a bonus action, Xanthos just makes his quill appear in his hand.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna do this really cool thing where I steady aim, and then fire at his face.
You don't even have to steady aim with with Aaron nearby, so you can use your
true.
bonus action to do something else, like a dodge. As you begin to, you're in the middle of combat right now, and he slaps you, he hits you on the side of your gun to the side as you fire, ringing out. Yeah, that bullet's gonna miss, and he's going to respond. He's going to, after pushing you, he's going to try to get to a nice strike with you.
I'd like to do well, is it too late to do that, or did steady aim?
A steady. I'll let you dodge because.
Okay.
So rogues and monks can use their bonus action to dodge.
Yeah.
Which is.
I will be doing the dodge action.
Well, it would have missed anyway.
That's good because I was scared.
As he begins to swing, and he's like, "God!" But the horse was also singeing. As it neighs back, it begins to trample. Why don't you make a strength save for me?
Make a strength save. Oh, yikes!
As the horse begins to trample you, moving through, please take. I'm going to roll a d6 of bludgeoning damage as the horse runs you over. You are now prone on the ground, and he's.
Do I have my gun out to do an opportunity attack?
No, you're interrupted as you get run over.
Damn it! That's
As
fair.
the horse begins running into the town square. Archaon.
Alrighty, I'm going to move a couple feet this way. Just want to make sure that we're clear that I have view of the. Do I have view or not?
You have view.
Cool.
60 feet.
And I will cast. Come on. No.
Touch him. That hits. Oh my god, you're going to roll a lot of damage here.
So, do you want me to do one attack for all three,
It's
or just 3?
One attack and then all 3 of them. If you hit different targets, you have to roll, but just one attack, all 3. So that's 30 points of damage as his 3 scorching rays, yes?
Confirmed.
All right, so as 3 fiery beams begin to hit the warlock and the fiend, due to his connection to his fiend, he is resistant to fire damage, so taking 15 points of damage. But he's going to make 3 constitution checks, and if he fails any of them, Rapoja's back on the battlefield.
Yay!
Yay!
He does not fail any of them.
Oh. So we have a man that's in the ethereal plane
He
of
will
existence.
also...
We have our poor tank.
Poor
He
Hrodvar.
can't do it.
We need to get Hrodvar back.
Hrodvar, please make a death save throw.
Oh
You
boy.
guys can't see in the turn order, but since he's invisible, he still has a turn.
You can do this, hard.
Dude, get a nat 20.
You got yes.
You
Oh, come on.
Repo, please
Give me
continue having a 1v1 with this ghost.
How sick would it be if you just you got up and just released him from his clutches?
You know what? It could have happened, man.
Could have done a ooh.
So as you begin swinging at the ghost, you disturb another ghost as there are 2 dead bodies there.
Oh boy.
We know that you're not good against ghosts at the moment.
Actually, it's
We don't
it's
know.
at this body.
Weak to ethereal.
You as you swing, your trident loses your grip as it's your ethereal, and you hit the ethereal body of one of the peasants that got mauled by an owl.
Hopefully they don't have that much health like they did before.
And let's just say another shadow emerges to meet you in combat.
Oh great! All right.
The one
More the
closest to you
merrier.
is going to try to attack you.
Please
okay, so
respect
as
my-
this one tries to touch you, it overreaches, completely missing. Why don't you get an opportunity attack on it?
All right.
So another trident hit, if you want to.
Oh, I have to actually roll the attack.
Roll an attack.
Wrong one. My bad.
A crit.
Oh. Destroyed.
All right, why'd you roll for damage? These things don't have much hit points. You already hit it before. And as you swing this ghost, the body of this ghost dissipates.
Who you gonna call?
Now you just have another 1v1 to deal with instead of a 2v1.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
Can I stuff my companion's soul back in his body
Oh,
Yeah, can we-
from the ethereal realm?
as you see, it's you guys don't see it, but on the turn order, it's the Balhanath's turn. As Rapoja,
Oh, no.
I'll let you guys see what Rapoja can see, because actually he's the only one that can see this. He sees the spirit as he sees what happens as Hrodvar all of a sudden appears in the ethereal plane, and because as the Balhanath takes one last bite, if he hits, I'll be honest, he has advantage here. 17 hits, yes, and ends Hrodvar. And as that happens, Rapoja sees his spirit appear, but then as the spirit looks at Rapoja, it gets sucked into the mouth of the Balhanath. Everyone, I am going to delete Mr. Hrodvar's character sheet. No exceptions.
Oh.
Deleted. Not even archived. Deleted.
Look at the D&D memes.
And everyone, you no longer remember who he is.
Does Octavius?
Wait, who?
Octavius is dead.
Octavius
Yeah.
is dead.
Oh,
Octavius
wait.
is
yeah,
dead.
That wiped his mind. Technically,
He
would
doesn't
still
have a
remember
mind to wipe, does
Hrodvar.
he?
It doesn't matter.
Who's Hrodvar?
Yeah.
You pulled that meme up way too quick.
Because I knew it was going to happen. I've been in its clutches for 5 minutes.
No.
It's true.
I would have thrown myself in there, but I was banished to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, so the Balhanath appears without a body. All you know is that he killed somebody, but you don't know who he killed. Because he's no longer clutching it. Hey, Zenthos.
Oh dear.
I'm in danger. By the way, 1, 2, 3. Hey, Mr. Damwayne, you cannot use your character sheet in your turn. You have to say your actions and everything before and you cannot look at your character sheet. You'll be
What about-
fine.
You're a wizard.
Yeah, you're a wizard. It's not like you have the most complicated spell list, and you need that.
It's not like you need to know exactly what you're doing for it to be effective.
So yeah, you'll be fine, Damwayne. You
I've
don't need that spell.
I've actually counted. I have exactly 3 spells that can hit it.
And as this happens, Balanath is going to make a tentacle attack on you, Mr. Zenthos. He can't go invisible since he used another one. Does a 24 hit? Yes, it does. Of course it does. Please make a DC 15 strength save. Or a dex save. It can be acrobatics or... actually, it's a save, but it can be strength or dex. It's up to you.
Or let's see here. Zenthos is going to use a shield as a reaction.
All right, that increases your AC by 5, yes? So what is your current AC? It's like in the middle top of your... It says armor class. It's the big shield. It's near the top of your character sheet.
Let's see here. 11.
So that becomes 16. 16 is unfortunately below 24. So as Zenthos begins to panic and make a magic shield to try to defend himself, the tentacle destroys the shield, the blue bubble shield, as it wraps around him. Why don't you make a DC 15 strength or dexterity save for me?
All right.
Whatever you have the advantage in, so whatever you have
Whatever you're
bigger
better
number.
at, strength or dex. Which he probably sucks both at because he's a mage. Oh! As the tentacles lash
says
at you, well, it did 12 points of bludgeoning damage to Zenthos, but he does not get grappled. Yeah, that's a very good thing for you. I wait. Hi, Paul.
Gonna use this one with bursting arrow.
Bursting arrow and a crit.
And I'm gonna shoot this one.
That's a good one. That's 6 to roll for damage. Oh my god. Oh wait, that increases your bursting arrow damage too. So that's 17 plus 10. You do 27 points of damage as finally Baron goes into the middle of the clearing with no cover, his back to you as his horse rampaged from getting fire damage earlier. You land a bursting shot right here into his neck. As the bullet reaches into the neck, the explosive part happens, and you hear as his head is blown straight off.
Oh shit!
And his body hits into the ground. That was just enough damage to kill him. Another sneak attack from Wyatt or a crit from Wade, just enough to kill him.
Let's see. And then
I can go beat up this ghost.
Move.
Do you want more undead in this battle?
I don't get a choice. They're here whether I like it or not.
There has been 6 attacks on this warlock, by the way, and he has made every single roll to concentrate on the spell.
Fuck that guy.
Hey, you're dead.
Wait a
Maybe
second.
I can move this way.
Oh,
Sure.
that's nice.
Grolar.
Right. So this is going to be interesting. Can I do a?
He's visible, by the way, so.
I know, but that bit's. Can I do an animal handling? No, actually. Yeah, can I do a investigation check to see if I could hear what language the mage was speaking in,
Fiendish.
or the warlock?
You just if you know it, you'll know it. So do you understand Fiendish?
Unfortunately not. Okay, that's a problem.
When commanding the Balhanath has been using Abyssal, and when using spells, it's speaking Fiendish.
Oh, I understand the abyssal.
All right, so every time as you probably should have heard, you could have heard like it's say like attack that one or attack that one as this was going on.
Using that knowledge, can I make a check to see if I can find out what kind of being the Balhonoth is connected to?
What do you mean by that?
Like, know what kind of deity could allow you to summon one and control one?
That would be more along the lines of a history check. So you have the correct language, so why don't you make a history check for me? 15. All right, let me look at the lore of the Balhonoth. Give me just 5 minutes. Well, not 5 minutes, but just give me a few seconds.
Yep.
As I read the lore of the land.
Wait, I will say, sometimes when going on top of buildings and stuff, it will do like acrobatic checks because it's you know, a surface that is higher than what you're on or lower, depending on if you have to jump down. So when moving, sometimes you got to take into consideration some things are higher and lower.
He was jumping down in that case.
Yeah, for sure.
And jumping up,
I
didn't do it the first time.
was just saying, and for future, sometimes the difference.
So the Balhonoth, the kind of contract, it's not actually a contract to anything. It's just a conjuration spell for any demon. So this specifically comes from it's a Shadowfell demon, Grolar, and it's a conjuration spell. It's a summon greater demon spell.
Oh.
Does that help you? Specifically from the Shadowfell.
We don't like the Shadowfell.
Right, so it is that demon type.
It is a demon. It's not a fiend.
Yeah.
It's a demon. Are you going to use the power of racism against it or something?
Specifically, yes.
No, I am gonna try and talk an abyssal to the Balhonor.
You gotta roleplay that, dude.
Yeah, go.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you saying to it?
What master do you serve?
You're kind of in the middle of combat, man. It's currently in the process of killing Zenthos. I just want you to know that.
In the process.
As you scream out the battlefield in demonic speech, it's just wrapping its tentacle, readying its second strike to kill Zenthos.
And then I'm gonna add as an abyssal. I have a gift for your master.
A gift. Do you have anything to show? This thing has technically doesn't have eyes, but yeah. But do you have anything in your inventory that could possibly be a gift for it to show?
Not necessarily in the inventory. I just want to see if I get any kind of response from it.
As it begins to wrap, it's wrapping one of its tentacles. So this is all happening. It's like in between your turns, essentially. Why don't you make a? It won't be persuasion because it understands. But yeah, why don't you make a persuasion check for me? 11. One of its 4 tentacles begins slithering your way. It's like right here. But the other ones are still going on Zenthos. It's almost as if one of the tentacles is reaching for the gift.
I would like to offer my eternal servitude to your master if you leave this plane right now.
This thing isn't intelligent enough to do that. It's just a demon. Demons. If this was a fiend, I would consider it. This is a demon. Its intelligence is 6. It's not possible making pacts, and that's unfortunately going to be your attempt. So as you begin to say this, the tentacle still begins racing towards you, going onto the here, and it's still continuing to wrap its other tentacle around Zenthos. Would you still have an action to shoot? Because all this speaking is more like a bonus action, if you ask me.
Yeah, I will then go and shoot it, and it's still marked by my favored foe.
Go for it. That's
That's
crit.
convenient.
You hit the tentacle racing towards you. Yep, a few good crits, a few nat ones, a few good crits, you know. And you added you double the damage of your hunter's mark as well, by the way.
Yeah, that's a D. It's favored foe, which is a D4.
Yep, and you just get to roll it and doubled it, so you have 4 points of damage. So that's 12,
Nice.
16 points of damage as the tentacle hits the bell enough in one of the tentacles and it starts screaming. Warlock is going to. You feel free to move. Warlock is going to be here and still concentrating on Team Rapoja, stuck in the mists.
Yeah, grumble, grumble.
Well, he's going to have a magic duel with Mr. Archaon. Why don't you dodge 4 blasts, Mr. Archaon? 1, 2, 3, 4 at once. Do any of those hit?
Armor class is 12. So 2 of those hit. 3 of them hit.
3 of them hit. So as 3 blasts of energy come back at you, the nat 1 is going to make it so that you see an opening and able to possibly get 1 firebolt back at him. Why don't you attempt that? So it's an exchange of fire. So you see lightning. Archaon shoots a firebolt back. It's just it's a wizard's duel essentially, as you see fire and lightning flying. Because you will be taking 15 points of force damage as 3 lightning things hit you, but he takes 7 points of fire damage as you strike him on the shoulder, and he's going to make. Let's play the game. A Constitution check. And let's see if
watch this 1 firebolt.
Oh my goodness!
The one firebolt did it. The one fucking firebolt did it.
Oh my gosh!
Repo, welcome back to the world. As you hear, as the fireball hits his shoulder, you see anger well up in the warlock, and as he knows he made a mistake. As Repo reappears right next to Archaon, seeing Archaon get blasted.
Archaon, I've never been so glad to see you.
No, he just got blasted.
Oh.
Where have you been? Oh my god!
I don't know. There was this very creepy ghost. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I saw some things, man. I saw some things.
Since he was out of the plane, does he remember?
No, actually, when you're in the ethereal plane, you can still see what's happening in the material plane. So he knows what's going on. He just had to fight some ghosts.
Okay.
But does he remember?
Oh, no, he doesn't remember. He just knows that somebody died.
I'll go back to quiet time.
I'm sorry, Jacob. You're dead.
Who?
Who?
Somebody died?
Who's Jacob? Yeah, he's the one died.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Man, it would be a real shame if Wei made a character and immediately died.
Yeah, it would.
Wait, does his spirit? So the thing eats up spirits because we saw
It
that
eats
through
the soul.
him.
It eats the soul and the memory of the soul.
Ah, I can't even. Oh, can't even talk to your corpse.
You don't get a body either. I don't
You don't
think
even have a
either.
body.
The body's inside the creature, probably somewhere. I don't know.
Well,
Going
welcome to
clunky.
D&D.
Hey, Damwin, what storm are you gonna do?
Make me
Going to blindly fire a level 2 magic missile into the air, hoping that 2 of them hit the what's its face and 2 of them hit the warlock.
Ooh, you're casting at a higher level then, so it's 4 since it's 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, magic missile's an automatic hit, so if you know roughly where they are, hit. Oh my god, that's pretty high damage. 10 damage for the warlock and 10 damage for the Bahamut. So as this warlock and Archaon are having this duel of duels, a fireball coming hitting in the shoulder. Above in the sky, you see 2 little magical pin missiles land on the top of his
Mortar
head.
fired him.
Yeah, you know, this is like little twin missiles hit him in the head. And as that happens, he falls on one knee. He's not down yet. Xanthos, would you like to defend yourself?
Yes, as a bonus action, Zenthos is gonna Misty Step.
That's
Oh,
a good
nice.
spell.
Good choice.
Anyways, given
By
that
the
the
way,
roof is
we pretty much determined that Misty Spell is like the lifesaver spell from it
Oh,
saves
it is.
so many lives. Yeah, you can definitely
Right.
teleport onto the roof.
Yep. So to the center of the roof because it's sloped. Then he's gonna cast Mirror Image on himself.
Unfortunately,
there's,
there's some rules here in the game is that you cannot cast 2 spells in one turn unless one of them is a cantrip. So Mirror Image is a spell.
Oh, okay.
Misty Step is a spell. A cantrip is the exception. So you have a cantrip left in your. You have movement and a cantrip and an
Right,
action.
you know what? I committed the sin of trying to do that when I didn't have the spell slots left, anyways.
All right, you could have done it anyway.
Yeah.
It's why I could firebolt, but not actually use any spells.
Yeah, so
Good
when
God.
Damwayne Misty stepped, he has to firebolt. Or he could have pressed the Digitages or something like that.
All right, Zenthos, he's gonna use his movement to stand like right here. Yep.
All right, that's good. You're still on the roof?
Yes, still on the roof. Not gonna fail any acrobatics checks today. He's gonna cast Firebolt at the Warlock.
I'll say
No.
you.
Maybe
I'll
he
say-
has
with
advantage.
The
if he's
amount of
surprising
movement
it.
you just did and how you teleported above him and he's on his knee currently, I'll give you advantage.
Right.
15. As you appear above, this guy has been blasted by just about every single magic. He gets on one knee as he's being weighed down by 2 magic pistols hitting his head, and then another firebolt comes from the book. You like push your book over the you move your book cover over the edge of the roof, and you see a fireball blast out of it, landing on him as he falls down and dies.
How do I need to roll for damage for that?
He had 2 hit points. Actually, why don't if you do less than 2 damage,
All right, there's a way to do it from the spell, right?
No, just hit the word firebolt in the chat. No, hit the
No,
word
no. You
firebolt.
hit the
Actual word firebolt in the chat. Like it'll highlight red.
Oh, I see.
9 points. You did more than 2 points of damage. Because of your intelligence modifier, it's impossible to do less. Actually, wait, no. Actually, no, I was wrong. You could do because Damwayne did 1 damage. Never mind. You lucked out.
You got lucked out there, son.
As he falls to the ground, the Balanath begins to be disappearing, but is still here, Wyatt.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be gone. And I'm gonna just stay here and just do my thing. Well, it's not gonna matter, but I tried.
23 hits.
Okay.
As you make another shot. Is that your last bullet?
No, I got 2 more.
Okay. As you
Just 2.
Yeah, just 2. As it begins to do, it's going to use one last
Oh,
legendary
fuck you.
action and vanish.
Oh, fuck that guy. I'd like to prepare a dodge action.
I thought you.
Oh, wait.
Like 5
Do I?
times now.
Can I not do that since I'm...
He can do it. You can't dodge it. He has an infinite amount of times he can go invisible.
Fuck that guy.
It's just that he has to recharge his legendary actions, which is a different mechanic that you guys don't need to know about.
Since I didn't steady aim, can I just run away?
Well, you used... Yeah, you just run, man.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Can I see him since I don't matter anymore?
Sure. Well, I mean... I don't know how to give vision to any... Actually, no, you can't see him because I have to give it to
I gotcha.
everybody.
No worries.
Baron Gallus is dead. His head was blown off. Arcane.
Good. And his corpse.
Seeing
to
that
his
that
family.
guy's dead, and I have no more. Wait, oh, that's a level 3 fucking spell. So magic missile technically, I don't have to see the character as long as I know where it is, right?
You know roughly where they are.
Oh, horses. I'm just.
All right. Well, I will just cast magic missile then.
As you cast magic missile and you begin to shriek to where it was currently before, they just whiz right past.
Past what?
Past where it was currently. It can move.
It hits the dirt.
Trying to kill dirt now? Were you some kind of dirt killer?
I'll be honest, that just kind of scares me, and I'm going to retreat this way.
Hey, don't be trying to retreat the way I'm retreating.
Repo. Welcome back to the material world.
It feels strange. I was gone so long. All right. You've killed my quarry, so I guess I'll just run toward the last known location that I last saw the entity.
You're running towards the location. Nice.
Probably terrible. I will. I won't move too far. I'll just move over here, take a look around. Can I? I mean, there's nothing else left.
Would you like to dodge action?
I would rather save my key points.
Oh, but
actually,
if you dodge action, it takes your action. It takes no key points. That's the difference. When you use key points, it takes your bonus action. There's a difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. I usually tell players that they can do things that their character would obviously do. It's like they're on the wary, they're going to try to dodge.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense. Because it's immediately his turn. If anyone's paying attention, right after Repo is always the Balhamuth.
I'm in danger. Hey, you should make a line showing us where he's going, so that way we know.
Really?
No. Oh.
Oh, hello.
You moved right into 30 feet of it. I just want you to know.
Oh, no.
Wait. As he goes past Erwin, can Erwin try to see if he gets an opportunity attack on it?
He's attacking out of invisibility, so no.
Yes, but can it hear it while it's moving?
Sure. Why don't you make an animal handling check? If it's above 12, I'll let you do an opportunity attack.
What's it be like 24?
Nope.
All right.
God damn it.
As it slithers past it, Aaron doesn't recognize that it's a beast that it should be hostile towards, because it's just a weird slithery thingy. And as it goes and it shows up, "Hi, Mr. Repo, would you like to take a tentacle?" Well, it's missed every single tentacle. This thing can only bite, I swear. All right.
It bit that one. Oh.
18 points of damage for Repo as it begins to munch on him.
And what about the dodge?
That's still a hit. 26 and 27, because it's disadvantaged, so it takes the 26 instead of the 27.
Ouch.
Does that make sense? So
right.
Yeah. And he attacked out of stealth, which means he has advantage, so it just cancels out. It became a 26. Wade.
How much damage is that?
18. Nothing too much. You'll survive, probably. I don't know. Just don't
18 is a lot.
Just don't get attacked again. Hey, at least you didn't get one shot.
No more actions on that, but I can do this, and then this. How do I click it?
Oh, do another attack. Nice. So
Yeah.
2
And
shots.
then this,
All right, go for it.
and then I hit this one.
Let's roll both of them.
Roll both.
Yeah.
As 13 points of damage, you hear 2 shots light because he action surged from the tree, below the tree. Lightning.
Good choice.
As this happens, actually, what kind of element do you choose when you fire this one? For this creature, it actually makes a difference.
Let's see. What do I have?
You have fire, lightning, cold, and acid, I believe.
Let's use acid.
Acid. As the acid bullets splash onto its side, you hear some sizzling as it begins to wail, and it unbinds the creature for the last turn, and it begins to dissipate.
Oh, good.
And
Goodbye.
it disappears. Well,
God damn it, I was gonna peep on it.
Aaron, no.
Oh, I can move. I can move now, right?
Yes, you can move. Well, combat
You
is
can go.
over.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna grab his horse.
Sure. The horse panicked in its panic state. Why don't you make an animal handling check for me, Mr. Paul? Go to your character sheet, make an animal handling check.
Hell.
There's your Wade.
Animal handling.
Yes, it should be on
It's
your...
in.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Do I get a horse?
+2, and you still have better rolls than me with +7 the whole time. God damn it!
Do I get a horse?
As you begin to...
He's so excited.
There's that 10 gold you didn't have to spend now.
All right, so as you rain down the horse with Baron's headless body next to the horse, you grab its reins because the body is still attached to it because his legs are in the stirrups, you know? So he's like hanging off the edge of the horse, and it was just sitting there while this was happening. And you grab the reins and put your hand on his little muzzle, and you have this horse with a carcass on its back now.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
allow me to
Xanthos-
just play a song real quick because somebody did die. And as per tradition, we do play death music. And this is where I get copyrighted. I will be using the music bot, so if anyone wants to listen to it, it's in the music bot and you can unmute it. Why is it not playing?
I'm gonna blast
It's
this.
muted.
It's
So.
server muted.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Server's
just
deaf.
That's
It's
normal.
that
It's
always happens.
definitely. I'm blasting this music right now.
How do you unmute it? I don't even know.
Do
It's
you
not
guys
even
hear it? I
playing
don't hear
right
it.
now. Yeah,
I
I
don't hear it either.
Huh.
It still looks muted to me.
This
Yeah,
the
it just says
uploader has
muted.
not made this video available in your. He did not have 50 gold on him, Mr. Wade. You do get the horse because he paid the gold to the Xanthos. He does have the ornate armor that Wyatt's taking. What is all these rolls?
Why did that?
21 in Arcana. You fully understand what this is, Way, or Xanthos.
Nice.
What is going on here, Nick?
I'm messing up so hard right now. What is that? I have no idea. Huh?
Is roll 20 bugging out?
No, I added a thing in my inventory, and for some reason it gave it some kind of roll, and I didn't mean to click on it. I was trying to mess
That's
with it.
interesting. You do get a
Yeah.
horse, Mr. Wade, but you don't have the gold as you use the gold to pay the warlock. And unfortunately, the paladin that could have had something on him got eaten. Poor guy.
Very poor guy.
Well,
Haven't
Jacob, we will
used-
have to be re-rolling a character for you.
Congrats on the
Yeah,
second
you-
death of the campaign.
Thanks. You
Second,
checkmated me.
it was
Yeah,
almost a
literally.
third.
What could he have done to get out of that situation?
I mean, you can technically make the strength save while you're still conscious, but he missed a lot of tentacle attacks on you, so you never got
I guess
grappled.
that's true.
You never got grappled, so when you're grappled by him, he has advantages on all his attacks on you, which means you're like dead, like you're
Did that
gone.
change between like 4th and 5th edition? Because I thought you used to always get advantage when somebody was downed.
As far as I know it, in 5th edition, you only have advantage when attacking somebody that's downed, and that's within 5 feet. Like if it's a ranged attack, it doesn't have advantage. So if it's a melee range like a bite, you only have advantage. But the problem is any hit becomes an automatic crit. That's why it
Yeah.
becomes 2 failures. We've had cases before where even with advantage, they couldn't take somebody down, while they're down because they just either miss or something happens.
I have
And-
to wake up at 6 a.m.
I'm about to end the session.
So, okay, what else is next?
All right. So as Ball goes to the rest and sees the aftermath, he sees the dead town folk dead there, and he looks around. This war just terrible things are happening from this. Why could you help me bury them?
Yeah, I got you, Bob.
As this happens, we'll discuss more about how we get into Lion's Guard. Sorry, Lion's Guard. I see you've got some new assets, and everyone take a rest.
Let's make sure to bury Goliath's body somewhere there will never be found.
Let's burn him.
So whose inventory will the rod go? Will it go Xanthos or Repoge's? So Repo has the 30 gold, and then Xanthos has the rod.
I'm taking gold. Oh
Okay.
shit, that was your first mistake.
But they actually, I thought the rod disappeared. What?
No. He never used the rod. He used banishment.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using it.
All right. Would you like to share the gold, Repo?
Of course, yes. I mean, if I have to.
If I have to.
Yeah, we can all divvy up the spoils.
So funny thing you
But
guys didn't know.
I'm keeping that rod though.
So remember that time when I said, "Hey, you guys can't look at your spell sheet, and Archaon," and he used Shield of Faith? That's not a spell a wizard's supposed to know.
What?
He did a spell that he used a spell that was not on his spells list. And then I get
Hey,
that
how was I
message.
supposed to know?
And he didn't know because he didn't have a spell sheet. So then that retconned. And then that happened, and then it turns out he never had that armor, and then somebody died.
That's so
Look at the stories. Somebody died.
I love also the way I described it was I was so confident.
That was solid, Joe.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I played way too much paladin to
Yeah.
I used the
to
spell
be a
to
wizard right
protect
now.
you, and then wait, that's not in my.
Oh, I'm
The
in the
mind
well.
wipe works. The mind wipe worked, okay, and then
Wait,
Hrodvar
Dylan, were you
was-
aware that Shield of Faith is not even a wizard spell?
I was a little suspicious because Shield.
Like,
It says
okay.
faith. I was a little
I thought you-
suspicious, but I was like, maybe your subclass gives you that ability because certain subclasses give you. I know your subclass is a defensive one, right? So I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe your subclass gives you that spell. I was going to double check later.
I was gonna say if you knew that wasn't even real, but you played it off like it was, that's
But
brutal.
it turned
That's
out pretty.
brutal.
It turned out to happen that so hey man, he never got that armor. Mine successful. But yeah,
Alrighty.
that'll be ending the session. I'm going to be talking more. We're probably going to have more discussion, have another discussion with new resources that you guys have to try to get into. We'll probably have a discussion like just text and not a session, if that makes sense. And you guys formulate a plan to get into Lion's Guard, and then the next session can be about doing that. Sounds good?
Any level up or no?
I would say who here is level 3?
I am.
I am.
Xanthos and this is his first
Repo.
one. So Repo levels up 100%. Wade has been in 2 sessions. He can level up. So Repo and Wade can level up. Xanthos, you're staying level 3.
Wait, you're level 3?
Yeah, everyone starts at 3 in this campaign. So we got 2 level. Repo goes to 4. Wade goes to 4. Do you need help with that? And Joey, thank you for playing with us. You can go now.
Good night,
Night.
guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you need help with leveling up Paul and Gabo?
Probably yeah.
All right, I can.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks for watching, guys, and
Peace.